https://discord.gg/flatearth.
Welcome to 24/7 Flat Earth Discord channel. Be sure to go to VC Check and 1 to get your VC verification tags to get involved in the conversation about our Earth. Be sure to bring your verifiable Earth curvature evidence, though.
24/7 Goglobe Evidence Fishing Part 3.
Oh no, I can't remember what the fuck it's called. I could find it, bro, probably 1 second. I'll get it for you. But you know that, like, in the construction of aircraft and the flying of these aircraft, as well as NASA and the army and everything, they all, like, they class the Earth to be non-rotating and flat. That's what they class it. Like, that's all their paperwork says that. I mean, you can go to nasa.gov. We've got all the links for it in here, man.
I'm not doubting you. I'm just, can I see the link at all?
Hey, man, I'm looking just now, brother. What do you think I'm looking for? I'm looking for the bombing of when they were trying to bomb the upper atmosphere. They said they were setting off nuclear bombs.
So in these documents they say that the Earth is non-rotating.
In the NASA stuff, yeah. I mean, go to the PDF room. It's one of the first things that will come up. I put it there myself.
Is that in the server?
Yeah, man. Oh, no, it's not in this server. Sorry, 1 second, I'll get it. If you want to join our server, man, we've got literally terabytes of information. Quiet, chill VC. No fucking, well, not quite chill all the time, but no trolls, or they just get muted quite quickly. So, I mean, you'll find a link in my bio, man. I'll just put Flat Earth at the end of the server invite. And I'll get you sound chill, bro. I'll give you a role just now if you want. I'm going to have to search. Go for it. Was it Operation Dominic? Find out, man. Might be Dominic, like, maybe I'm just not remembering. They even say that Elon Musk says he wants to set fucking, what do you call it, nuclear bombs off in the upper atmosphere in Mars to make it like create fucking air or water, I suppose. I think he'll be trying to create. Fuck, man, I can't find it, man. Bombs. High altitude. I think it was back in the 60s, eh? 70s, 60s. 70s. Operation Starfish Prime, I'm getting told by somebody else. I thought it was something else, like, but I'm in the...
That's when a nuclear bomb was detonated in space, I believe. But it's just the stuff where it's NASA's talking about the Earth being non-rotating.
Oh, did you see? Oh, it's just they say that just for like for to make it less complicated to me. I'm paraphrasing, but something to that effect. That well, that's what the Globers at least say. Some of the intellectual Globers aren't Flat Earth, but they come here to argue. Well, they come to our server to argue with us literally fucking every day. Pure insane bastards. Forgive me for the rustling. I'm just making a couple of errors there.
I mean, that last guy seemed pretty chill and reasonable.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, he wasn't freaking out at all. He's not emotionally tied to his globe religion at all.
That's it's when the emotions are fucking strong. That's when we have difficulty, and that's how we come across this extreme visceral reaction for these maniacs. But to the Scottish guy, I've been in 4 separate fistfights because of it, man. Literally. boxing, I got sucker punched in the left eyeball off of one of his mates. It was 2-on-1 the last fucking time, just for taking the ball away from them, man.
Yeah, they lose it. You get pretty emotional pretty quick, and you can't think when you're in that state. So you end up saying psychotic
Just
stuff
lash out.
like, "Oh, I see the ISS go overhead." So a light goes by in the sky, so I must be on a spinning ball in a vacuum of space. Stuff that just
But
doesn't make any sense, isn't coherent.
they're fucking talking about that and saying that they see a light in the sky, but when you actually watch the footage supposedly from the ISS, it's a complete and utter fucking joke. They're literally
Yeah.
hanging on wires, bro. Sorry, Scottish guy, what's your name, bruv? Is he still here? Has he left?
That was Mitchell.
Has he left? I take it.
No, he's still here. His mic is
Mitchell.
open.
Mitchell, you still here, bro?
Was it?
Have you been looking into the flat earth subject for a while, or is this brand new to you, or what?
No, personally, I think it's really silly, but I'm willing to listen to people.
Oh, bro, do you think it's really silly right now if you believe
Yeah.
in the globe? Listen, tell me if you think this sounds silly. If you accept the globe story, that means right now you've got to accept that you're barreling in at least 4 separate fucking vectors at combined millions of miles per hour through a vacuum without any containment for the pressure. That's what you've got to accept. Yet we experience a completely stationary, topographical, but over water, a fucking level fucking surface.
Everything's in your... Everything that you're experiencing is in your frame of reference.
Right. Right. And?
Therefore, it's essentially stationary from your view.
Why? So, forget 4 different directions and mind-boggling speeds because you're using a word.
What's this?
Right. The simplest way to think about it is, imagine you were standing on a train and you're just...
That's not a train.
Right. Imagine you're
so
walking along a train and you're like, wow, I'm just walking along here. I'm walking up and down the train. It just feels like I'm going at walking speed.
A train's a closed system for starters, right? And a train's gone as close to linear as it can possibly go. So when you add in different vectors to a train, so you're fair enough. We'll agree with you. You're on a train, but then what about spinning top to bottom constantly and spinning the fucking sideways? So you've got to add in different fucking vectors to make one crazy vector. That would look insane for us to observe it right now if we were actually able to see it from like a third person's view. It would look fucking ridiculous, and it sounds fucking ridiculous, man. I mean, what the fuck? You're not moving, bro. Nothing's fucking moving.
No, I get what you mean. Yeah, if you had imagine the universe had coordinates, right, and there was like video game universal coordinates, and you used to like put a camera in there, like in space, and one of these coordinates, the Earth would just go by so fucking fast.
If you had if your frame of reference was some point in say the center of the universe, absolutely as stationary as anything could be, the Earth or you right now would be going at a crazy direction in a really weird motion that's spinning around a sun, spinning around a galaxy, and a cluster of galaxies that's still expanding. I understand that's a bit much.
Mitchell, take a look at the couple of memes that I posted in the text chat. No, that's conceptual. So I'm not saying that it's doing a full orbit in like the split seconds that the meme's playing, but that's giving you all the separate motions that the globe's supposed to be doing. But we've got to accept that the constellations have been the same since they were named.
That system's also going around the galaxy.
Aye, that's the sun. The sun's motion. The sun's supposedly travelling at almost 500,000 miles per hour, dragging all the planets that are doing their own orbital mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
So the sun's 500,000 almost. It tells you the speed on it. I wrote them on the meme when I made it. Fuck, I made that meme about 4 years ago. And then you've got fucking shit like the Naztec lines, the Egyptian pyramids, loads of megalithic structures all the fucking world that all line up with Polaris and fucking certain constellations at certain times. There's like fucking shafts in some of these ancient places that the sun only travels above it for a fucking split fucking couple of seconds in a certain period in the summer, and that supposedly gives light to this fucking god or whatever the fuck they worshipped or whatever at the time. But they knew fucking specifically where all these bodies were above us, where they're going to be, where they've been, and where they are. And fucking an astrolabe supposedly tells you all that, tells you where everything is. You can look at it. It's like a handheld fucking computer, like an iPad from fucking 2,000 years ago. And nothing changes. Everybody's always new. The swastika is a fucking case in point. That's the 4 seasons. At the plough, every ancient civilization used the swastika. Even the word swastika means something to do with good luck or health or some shit like that. But World War II saw to the fact that nobody can use a swastika anymore.
Yeah, World War II gave it a bad rep.
Yeah, man. They had to, bro, because it fucking proved the flat Earth, bro. Well, it proves stationary Earth at least. I can't post the memes in here because I had it as a profile picture and I got put in the jail, the politics jail, and I refused to take it off my profile picture until I was like, oh, I want to speak to admin. So they just left me inside.
Did you put the actual Nazi swastika up?
No, the picture of the plough.
Well,
the plough in the 4 seasons. And that's all it was. So just look, and you can see Polaris in the centre. Some butthurt Glober that doesn't like or can't argue with me, so fucking has to go and run away to the staff. He's fucking got hate speech.
How does the horizon stuff work?
Well, I mean, what is the horizon, bro? I mean, is it a physical thing? Like, when you look at it, is that the point where the Earth drops down and away? Or is that just the limit? 1 of your eyes? 2, due to the medium that you're in? Moisture levels, fucking your angular resolution, if you're like done at fucking sea level, trying to look at to something, you're not going to see like that. You're not going to see too far, just due to the fact you're looking through a fluid medium, man. It's like looking in the ocean in Scotland compared to looking in the ocean in Barbados. Yeah, there's more particles in the fucking water in Scotland there, just like there's more particles in the air in certain places.
So why would you see further if you were higher up?
Well, think about it. If the horizon was the place where the Earth dropped down and away, as you gained in elevation, you would have to keep looking down to the horizon. You're not going to be able to gain elevation, go up and see further round the bend of the Earth. So that's going to remain fixed. And as you gain elevation, you're going to have to keep looking down and further down to see the horizon. So the horizon is just the point where the sky and the floor appear to meet, mate. They don't actually meet. It's just dependent on all those different variables that I just gave you.
It's just the vanishing point of your brain's ability to process the data.
Yes, mate. And the optics as well. I mean, as I said, there's a fluid medium. There's loads of wee particulates.
You are able to see further the higher up you are.
Aye. Well, because you keep
going up. Why would
proves that the flat Earth. That proves that the Earth is near a ball. If you keep going up and seeing further, that means you're going up and literally your field of view is extending. You're gaining elevation. You're increasing your angle of view, so you're seeing further. As I said
would
to you,
you see further on a flat Earth?
If it was a globe, the horizon would remain fixed, bro. A flat Earth means that you keep going up, you keep seeing further. That's the whole point. That's exactly what you'd expect.
Right. I'll put that to one side.
Why would you see
further in a flat Earth?
Bro, lie on the floor in a long enough corridor. Lie and look along the ground. See how far you can see, and then stand up and see further. Does that mean your floor's curved or fucking convex in any way? It's nothing to do with that, man. It's the vanishing point, as the man said. Perspective, angular resolution. There's loads of different fucking factors that dictate why you can see. However far you can see.
If you put your eye right next to a ball, you can't see much of it. If you pull it away a bit, you'll see a much larger part of the surface. Say you're even further away, you would see almost one full hemisphere. If you were, say, what do you mean?
You see a hemisphere of what?
Right. So,
the stupid plastic ball you're talking about. Bro, that's facile now. That's nothing to do with what we're talking about, man. Like the whole point, no grabbing an object and obscuring your vision wherever you decide to obscure it. We're talking about, I mean, you can see it if you stand in your street, look down your street. It looks like the lampposts are all going down towards the fucking horizon. You know the lampposts are the same height, but it looks like it's gone down towards the fucking horizon. It's like you're on a fucking railway track. I'm not advising you to go and stand on a railway track, but if you're on a railway track and you look up at the fucking rail track converge to the central or vanishing point. That doesn't mean the rail tracks are curved.
Right. See with the sphere.
Do you get me when I'm saying this?
Not really.
What? You don't understand that when you look down your street, the lampposts look like they're going down.
Mitchell, if you're at a hotel and there's a long hallway, the hallway's not actually getting larger in actuality, even though what you see is a hallway getting smaller.
Right, yeah, I get that. I understand what you're saying that way.
Yeah, that's what he's saying with parallel
lines.
Right,
so you realise that a rail track, or if you're standing on a railway line,
the tracks are getting closer and
it's not, man. You know it's not, bro.
Right. I get what you're saying.
So, what do we do for here, man?
Right, the problem is, when you're talking about a horizon, you're saying that no matter how high you go, the horizon's not gonna change.
Well, what do you mean?
It changes all the time.
Not going to change.
If you go higher up, you'll
dependent
see
on
further.
atmospheric conditions.
So,
exactly, because the Earth is flat and extending away from you. If the Earth was a ball and the horizon was the point where the Earth dropped down, you wouldn't keep seeing further around the ball, as you gain in elevation. That's like seeing round a corner. That's not possible, man.
A corner's a right angle.
Bro.
What the fuck? The simplest way to think about this is if you have any size sphere, doesn't matter the size of it.
So you beg the question straight away.
Depending on how far away from that, you can see almost, you'll not see all of it, but if you're far enough away, you'll see almost one full hemisphere facing towards you.
Of what?
The sphere.
A plastic fucking ball? Bro, what are you talking about a plastic ball again for? The fuck, man? We're talking about the Earth being 71% covered in water. Water seeks equilibrium and it lays flat when it's not being moved. You go to the ocean, it's blindingly fucking flat. The horizon is horizontal. It's in the fucking world.
Say you're as far away from the Earth as the moon, because it won't matter the size of it.
How the fuck do you know that? Where did they get the
distance that far away?
Tell me, where did they get the distance to the moon before they sent men on a tin can in the 60s?
You can test this yourself with just any size ball.
Oh my god, we're back to balls.
Take a golf ball.
You're obsessed with balls.
Arm's length.
These ball lickers, bro. They're globosexual.
You like balls too much, bro. I'm starting to get worried from this. All you've been talking about is balls for the past 15 minutes.
This is the unholy alliance and the global homo agenda between round earth and homosexuality.
We're scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel, I agree. Right, stop talking about plastic fucking balls. Right, do you know anybody who's ever been able to measure the Earth's curvature? Like, where it's been verified, it's not a calculation, like sticks and shadows. It's
no, we've verified it. It's all 666. You know, conveniently enough, the width, the parallels, and all that. It's ridiculous.
That's not helping them telling them that the fucking devil's involved. They'll start fucking foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
And they already think they evolved for a fucking rock. You don't want to tell them that fucking the devil's learning about.
Yeah, you don't want to get into the metaphysical nature of why they hide the shape of the Earth.
That's what they were trying to tell us earlier, that it's metaphysics, the science, the scientific method. It's no science doing an experiment. That's no science that we're trying to tell us. They were saying that's metaphysics.
Yeah, exactly.
What you think it is?
Well, what I like to troll them with is all these science files don't even realize that the globe Earth and revolving around the sun on two levels. One is pagan in that it's solar deity worship instead of us in the world being the center of the universe. The sun is the center of the universe, which is definitively solar deity worship. And two, the entire fucking idea for round Earth and all that shit comes from the fucking Catholic. So it's originally a theological position.
The
idea of the Earth being round predates the Catholic Church.
No, but it's been fucking pushed by the, what do you call them? I keep going to say the Masons, but it's not them. It's a Catholic.
It's the Babylonian mystery school religions, even earlier than
they're
that.
called.
But most of it's through the Catholic Church since the Middle Ages.
Yeah, it's the Catholics. But there's a certain fucking group of the Catholics. That George
The
Lemaitre, he was one of them.
Jesuits. Is that what you're
That's it,
thinking of? Yeah,
Jesuit.
yeah. It's basically like the Vatican CIA. Basically, the Vatican CIA. All the Bibles, every ancient myth of the creation of the world all corresponds with flat Earth. Why'd they all agree on that, I wonder? Despite all their disagreements throughout history, they all had pyramids all over the place. They all had buildings corresponding with ley lines, and they all had a cosmology that indicated that the Earth was flat with an underworld and everything.
Just a coinky dink.
I think it's the funniest when Christians and Muslims and Jews don't want to believe it, even though it's right there in their text that God separated the waters with the firmament.
Wait, you know another thing they don't like? When you tell them it's the same God that's fucking in Judaism, it's in fucking Christianity and fucking Islam.
Yahweh, Yaldabaoth, Yahbalan, whatever the
bro.
fuck they want to call him.
You see what fucks them up even more than the flat earth is when you tell them that the Christianity goes against fucking what the Most High's wishes, because one he says is that he's thrown alone, two he says no more sacrifices, what the fuck's Jesus, no more idol worship, that's Jesus,
what's
Mary,
the cross?
Holy Ghost, they start going fucking bananas, man. No, that's not right, no. But Jesus was the last sacrifice, because it said in the book.
Or when you tell them
Sorry,
that the round Earth is exemplified by the cube and Metatron's cube, and if you study all three symbols, they represent the cube, and that the Muslims have Mecca, the big black cube, the Jewish hexagram star in the middles of all the points connect to a cube, and if you take a Christian cross and fold it up geometrically, it makes a box.
Cube again.
Yeah,
seen that, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. Post a couple of pictures in chat if anybody's interested in the cosmology of it.
Bro, you a member of our server 24/7?
Yeah, what happened to it?
No, we're still there. Oh, the first one. Depends how many years ago. Are you talking like fucking 5 years ago? 4 years ago?
Yeah. I joined it like 4 years ago, I think. I'm not on there very much.
That one's gone though, bro. That's what I'm saying. We've started the new one. We're up to 28k again.
Oh shit! Send me
if you want, bro.
I'm already on it. Yeah, 24/7 flat Earth.
Cool, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. Keep dropping them red pills.
I take it. Are you a flat earther then?
Absolutely.
On the fence or what?
For many years.
I thought so. I just was like
firmly flat Earth for probably since like 2015, I think.
I thought you were.
The old days of Math Powerland coming out. They're hiding land. You know, I was a NASA CGI artist.
I used to work for NASA.
Yeah. Or Eric Dubé's got a lot of good stuff.
Oh man, even back then, I mean, I watched a lot of like Dubé's stuff, man, when I was first fucking a flat earther. But I never watched any channel religiously. And it wasn't like a sub to a channel and then watched every single video they ever done. I get bored, man. I get really fucking bored with videos.
Yeah, I like it. I like Eric Dubé, and he's pretty based and talks about a wide range of angles, but he's very boring and monotone, so I can't listen to him too much.
It's a bit depressing.
Guys, I'm pretty sure that the Earth is flat, though.
Oh, Branch, how the fucking many accounts have you got?
I'm just shut the fuck up. This is my only fucking account.
Right,
Branch, I've already banned you twice. I muted you twice. Chill out, or I'll have to mute you again, bro.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say though, like, the Earth
don't warp.
Is the Earth flat?
And stationary.
That's right. In the center of the universe.
The center.
Branch, already, bro. You start to sound like a globe head there, Branch.
I kind of
Yeah. So here's the thing that this other guy was trying to explain. That's just a little visual thing. The blue lines is the line of sight.
Yes. Yeah, so
obviously the shit little drawing the observer.
You've just got a tangent to the sphere.
Yeah, but the point he was trying to make is any height should be able to see the edge of the flat Earth. Versus the reason you can see more on the globe Earth, the higher you get, is because of that.
It's like called the bird's eye view for a reason. It's advantageous. You see further with it.
Why?
Called perspective, mate.
So, why would like air pressure continually get lower and lower as you go higher?
Gravity.
Because there's no fucking vacuum. Because if there was a vacuum, it would have fucking equalised the pressure completely. We'd all be dead. We would never have lived.
Wouldn't gravity hold all the air onto the planet?
Which gravity?
Gravity doesn't exist. It's density, bro.
Which gravity are you talking about? Because if you pick fucking Einsteinian, there's definitely not an experiment for that, because that's fucking concept, space and time, constructed with maths. But fucking, you pick Newton, all you've got to fucking grasp at claws with is Cavendish. It's not got an independent variable. It's not got a fucking observation. In reality, nothing falls in Cavendish. So you've not got any science behind claiming gravity does anything.
And thus the gravity of your assumptions.
Gravitas.
If there's no gravity, then why would every other stellar object we look at be round?
Well, so if all the objects were triangles, would that mean Earth was a triangle?
Yeah, we
If
don't
there
even know
are
what those.
if there are triangles, we'd go, oh wait, maybe this gravity thing isn't what we think it is.
If we're skeptical of NASA and their information and model, then you can't look to it to prove the skepticism. So them saying that they're big balls floating in the sky millions of miles away could just be a bunch of bullshit. They could just be lights. They could be fucking stickers on the ceiling of our bedroom ceiling.
Boys, just to get your attention, take a look at that deep fake of fucking Obama that's in fucking. I posted it in the chat. I put it on my YouTube channel and they deleted it. They never even gave me a strike or anything, never gave me an email, not a thing, they just deleted it.
Any commercially available telescope can see planets within our solar system.
Bro,
no, they can.
Who's
No, they
to say
can.
they're
They can
actually
see.
planets?
They can see lights in the sky. I'll give you
Yeah.
that. But it's just as likely as they're portals to other dimensions as they are floating
Yeah.
balls of gas millions of miles away that we can see.
No, but you need NASA and Hubble and shit like that for to show you big cartoons of these things. Because when you look at them from a telescope, they don't look anything like what you see with Hubble.
No, when you look at them in a telescope, they look like wavelengths or sound in water. You know those little waves that are on water in a pool, where it's like the combination of sound, light,
see that,
and waves.
bro, that's disinformation, man. They're out of focus. See, when you get that water effect, or if you get those circles within inner circles, that's all the lenses inside the camera. There's like fucking 10 lenses or some shit inside it. So that water effect, that fluctuating water, that's out of focus. The P100s, P900s, and P1000s, that's out of focus. A guy came to the server. He's got loads of shit on his channel. I'll give you it if you want. He came in 24/7. He had a discussion in 24/7, man. And fucking all the flat earthers don't like him. They kick him from flat earth groups and shit like that.
So my postulation is that they're portals to other realms, and that's where the human cultural connections with those different ideas or planets like Mars being associated with red and war and iron and blood and all those different occult correspondences. As a flat earther, what do you postulate the planets are then? Are they just lights in the sky, or?
No, me? What you asking me?
Yeah. As a fellow flat earther, where does your hypothesis
go? I don't know what they are,
go?
man. I wouldn't claim to know what they are. I mean, it's impossible, but I mean, just to take it a slightly bit off topic, but still on topic, years ago, literally, when I first found 24/7, I found this video. In fact, it was maybe before 24/7. I found this video, man, right? And it was saying that there's a thing called a Santilli telescope, and instead of a convex lens, it's got a concave one. Now, if you point that at these stars in the fucking sky, and you record it with an analog device, i.e., one of the tape magnetic fucking strip, like the old VCR recorders that you used to get, and used that because it doesn't work with a digital. So these people were claiming in this Santilli telescope, and you can still fucking buy them, and it showed you that the planets and the stars, and I swear to God, they looked. I mean, you couldn't tell it was real, but there was no way of telling it was fake. It looked authentic as fucking. The stars and the planets looked like trapped beings. They looked like beings that were in pain. Every one of them was completely different from the other one, and they never looked fake, and they looked like some kind of fucking crazy beastly animal type thing. Some of them had horns. One of them even looked like Jesus on the cross, bro.
Which is where we might get the idea of the Titans imprisoned in Tartarus and shit like that.
Well, it says in the Bible that the fucking that's the angels that turned against God. That they know fucking trapped them in the firmament or some shit. Does it not say?
Yeah.
I'm sure it says something
Also,
like that.
I've also heard the theory that a lot of them are frozen in Antarctica, which is why they're trying to melt things down through forced climate change to create an environment that's habitable for them.
No, I don't believe that they're even affecting the climate much, man. Like, there's no sea levels rising.
The CAA is 100% forcefully making climate change happen.
Yeah, I think climate change I think climate change exists. I just don't think it's I just don't think it's the hoax. They're saying that it's like cows farting and humans breathing and all that. I think it's something more related to weather control or something bigger.
The thing is, the climate changes. It's cyclical, so it's been a lot fucking hotter than it is now. It's been a lot. So it's hotter certain periods. That's when they claim that they're closer to the sun because of some stupid fucking claim. I just posted a couple of gifs and a couple of clips, and I'll post. There's a video. This one's it literally shows you that. See that water effect you're talking about? It shows you it reflecting off the chassis of a plane, bro. Literally, it shows you it, man. It's the exact same fucking effect.
So you're saying that that look is just it reflecting off of an object, or?
It's just fucking like shimmering due to the fact that there's loads of moisture and particles and shit in the air. And look at that other one I just posted. That looks almost fucking like some of those stars that I've got the circle with that inner circle in it. And I'll get you Ron Hagberg's channel. But all the flat earthers in the Facebook groups, they've all kicked him out of all the groups because they think he's a fucking shill and he's trying to. Because they think that shows the waters above, and they're religious fucking zealots. They're no globe zealots anymore. They're just fucking religious zealots for the flat earth. And any fucking questioning of their fucking waters above, and they'll ban you.
Yeah. I'm not a zealot on any position, and I'm just a little more prone to speculation than most flat earthers. Most flat earthers try to stay very scientific and factual with what we know is a lie and what we can empirically prove. Whereas I don't mind delving into the spiritual and metaphysical implications of the whole thing.
Most of the time, like most flat earthers, you find are like the more intelligent fucking people, and they take time, they fucking analyse stuff. They don't just fucking because they've already been fooled once with the globe, so they're not going to very easily be fooled again. I'm not anyway. Sure. I don't know why I can't post this fucking link for you. Oh man.
Listen, it's all just preparation for Project Bluebeam, man.
Well, did you see fucking the last couple weeks? The CNN have been fucking blasting that it was like something to do with
Yeah. Oh shit. The Jews got him, bro. Yo, bro, did the reptilians get?
No, they were saying literally that they've retrieved craft. They hinted that they had fucking organic matter bodies for the fucking craft.
Yeah. All those congressional hearings is just them trying to hype and then all those images will merge together into the world leader.
I think it'll be, these are fucking aliens, they've came for visiting, blah blah blah, introduce them, they're technologically advanced, they'll be hand in hand with the supposed powers that be, but I don't think they'll go to that extent, because I think everyone will be, like, they've already dropped the bomb on humanity by this fucking jab, so I don't expect the maximum, like the high amount of the population, I don't expect them to live that long, man. In the next few years, I would imagine there's got to be a hell of a lot amount of people that have dropped. There's already has been. The people dropping all
there
over
already
the
has
place.
been, yeah, for sure.
Man. So like as it keeps on going, it's going to fucking. I think it's going to be really bad, man. I really do.
Yeah, have you ever seen that '80s TV series V, The Invasion,
I
the reptilian?
I remember when I was a kid, I used to be scared of that, but I always used to ask Mum to let me stay up late to watch it.
Yeah, it's super based for what they're trying to do. It's good predictive programming in that regard. They're going to be like, oh, the world governments have ruined all of the things and polluted the planet. If we embrace the alien one world government, they'll give us technology to clean up the oceans and universal basic income and all that shit.
Man, I'll be dead before all that happens.
Don't. You might not. You might be surprised, bro. This shit might pop off in the next 5 to 10 years.
That's what I'm saying. I'll not be alive in 5 to 10 years, man. Definitely not.
Do you consider yourself a cynic or a realist or an optimist? Where are you on philosophy?
Realist, bro. I'm fucking well. I've got a lot of fucking medical shit.
For sure, I feel you.
Just fucking. Man, I'm on the high. According to the government, I'm the highest fucking disabled that I can. I'm not. I don't need ramps or rails, anything like that. I could still fucking outrun a fucking policeman if I had to run away because I pissed in the street or something. He wouldn't be able to catch me, man. I can run like a whippet. So I'm still fit as a fiddle. Like in the short term, I wouldn't be able to run a marathon, but yeah, I can run like fuck. I like to dance, but I've got damage to the spine, problems with esophagus, problems eating. Like I eat, but I constantly regurgitate. Listen to this. I'm a flat earther.
Better watch out. Better watch out. They might sell you on the transhumanism and get a shot of nanomachines that'll fix you right up.
No chance. Bro, listen to this, right, for an ironic condition that I've got. It's called globus hystericus. That's what it's called.
Oh, shit. Really? That's
fucking shit you know, bro. And then, bro, I was already a flat earther when I got the diagnosis for it. And I never even realised it. All I said to the guy was because I had an endoscopy, then I had a barium, then I had a CT scan. None of it showed anything, and I was constantly getting issues in my esophagus. My uncle Dov, he died esophagus cancer. So I was convinced that's what I had, man. And fucking, so he told me he was like, right, so I think you've got a condition called globus hystericus. And I just said, look, doctor, I don't know much Latin, but that sounds like I'm like kidding myself on. He's like, no, it's a real condition, blah, blah, blah. And fucking, I've just to deal with it since then, man. And then I joined 24/7, and I was in 24/7 for about a year. And I was talking to, I'm not sure who it was one of the females, and I was talking away to her, and we were talking about the condition, and she went, when I said it, I was like, blah, 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 flat earth, no, globus hystericus, and she read it back to me, she's like, globus hystericus is a flat earth.
The irony, I just looked it up. Globus hystericus is the persistent but painless sensation of having a pill stuck in your throat. So it's like having a red pill stuck in your throat, literally.
Yeah, I wouldn't go, it's a pill, it feels more like a knot in my throat when it's bad. But I feel even sometimes it feels like cramp, like the tendons either side of the Adam's apple feel like, because there's so much tension on them that they go.
Is there anything that helps with it, like drinking a certain thing or what? Valium. Yeah. Does it help with the pain of it, or does it actually help it like go down in swelling?
It helps that, and it helps the damage to my spine. It fucking relaxes my muscles. And I'm on baclofen, which are muscle relaxants, but they're not. I have to take like 6 of them, and I'm only meant to take 3 a day. But I don't even take them. If I'm in extreme pain, I'll go to the pills, but I don't take every day like what I'm supposed to. Like, fuck that.
Come on, go make a deal with the aliens. They'll throw you in a healing tank like Star Wars.
Aye. Nah, I'm not fussed. I'm on to go to the next place, bro. I saw the light when I was fucking 25, was it? Well, I'm 44 now. It was 17 years ago. I had a near-death experience, and I astral-planed above my body, looking down on my mate in his living room. So I'm telling you this, I see it like a fucking memory. And I swear, my vision came out of my head, floated up to the roof, and I realised I was up at the roof, and then the next minute I blind and turn on the stereotypical turn on the light that what you see in the fucking movies, and it was physically, it was attracting me to it like a magnet. My flesh, my bones, all my skin, literally was getting pulled towards it, and in my head I was going, no, I'm too young to die. I don't want to die. And I was shouting at the top of my fucking voice. Next minute, my vision was back above my body, looking down on my pal on the couch. It gradually, slowly came fucking down. And just as it got to the top of my head, it pinged back out my head, like back out into my vision. And I sat straight up and told Tony. And he's like, shut up, you fucking idiot. He's like, pure dismissing it instantly. I was like, I swear to God, blah, blah, blah. And he told me, as far as he was concerned, right, I clasped my hands behind my head, lay down and sat straight back up and told him. But to me, I clasped my hands behind my head, lay down, and then I was in that situation for at least a couple of minutes, maybe 3 minutes or something. But he says I lay down and sat straight up, and I was like, I tell him, feel my t-shirt, and it was literally saturated in sweat. And he says it was like a split second. I just laid down, sat up, and told him this crazy story. But I saw the light, mate. I know for a fact.
It's almost the universal experience with the near-death thing is, the light and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. I know for a fact that there is something after death, man. Like, there's no doubt about it in my mind. I knew from that day. That might turn some people religious.
Did you get the impression that light was a good thing or a bad thing? You're still unsure. Bad thing. Yeah, I think it's a bad thing too.
Oh, supposedly you go to that, you get reset and dumped back in a body down here as energetic food for the parasitic entities that control the place.
Exactly, the archons.
And then if you get fucking, you can get hypnotized and get past regression, and people can literally tell you about buildings and trees, places, people, like people that they've never heard of in their life, centuries old. And they can explain fucking vividly about
them. They've done tests with like little kids in India who claim to be reincarnated, and they take them to their old village, and they know where everything is, and they go find their old wife, and their wife talks to them like, yeah, holy shit, he has memories and knowledge that no one but my dead husband would have.
Right. But again, we've got to take those things with a pinch of salt because we see them on TV, man. Are they actually happening, or is it just fucking
weird? For sure. I am a believer in the supernatural and weird shit, but I do acknowledge that 99% of the things we see like that are hoaxes for sure. There's some sort of bullshit.
Speaking of hoaxes, just checking in with you guys real quick. Did any of these Globers ever come up with an experiment that shows gravity as the cause of an effect?
What are you hoping for?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to get today.
Don't hold your breath.
Still holding it. Yeah, tired of holding my breath. Come on, Glober, help me out.
Yeah, sorry. So, like we said again, we showed a mass attracting mass, and we eliminated all other variables, including electrostatic. You don't want to take that into consideration.
Okay. So, let me just ask a clarifying question real quick. Is this an experiment that shows gravity as the cause of an effect?
Yeah.
Yes.
Specifically mass attracting mass, which is what our definition of
what's the independent variable then?
Yeah.
The distance from each other, including
so it's not gravity then.
That in fact, hold on. So yeah, in fact, it is gravity because that's what we actually assume gravity to be.
So we define gravity as the distance from each other. Is that what gravity is? Just to clarify, the distance from each other.
Yeah. So yeah, gravity in its own gravity in its own equation. We understand that distance from the objects is
abstract. That's abstract. We don't want maths. We're asking you for like concrete scientific experiment.
Yeah, we showed mass attracting mass, which
but you never. What's your IV? We just asked you the independent variable.
Yeah, the independent variable is the distance from the object.
So it's not gravity. It's not mass attracts mass.
So yeah,
the distance. It's not mass.
Yeah, so yes, it is mass attracting mass.
No, if it's the distance, it's not.
When we eliminated all other ways that mass can attract mass, such as electromagnetism, and we ground each other out, so that there is no actually electrostatic nor electro. Hey, am I going to be able to speak, or are you just going to keep speaking in the background?
Man, I says, how do you know then? I stopped, bro. I've got etiquette on the fucking mic. You don't have to tell me to shut up all the time. It's you that talks over people. If I realise I'm talking when somebody else is still going, I'll stop, I give way. Not many other fucking people do it, Fuck's sake.
For sure.
Yeah, clearly you're not, because you keep doing it.
So is gravity...
Mate, I'm just going to fucking mute you again if you're going to be a lying bastard.
So this experiment establishes gravity as the cause of an effect. Independent variable is distance between objects?
Yes.
Okay, so gravity is distance between objects. That's the definition of gravity.
And then he did it again.
Bro,
and then he did it again with the
you're
changing
getting
of the
tiresome.
mass.
So that's the
Right.
definition of gravity: distance between objects.
Yeah, that's why we have two parts in the equation.
Well, who gives a
So,
fuck about
gravity-
that? Because that's not what we were talking about when we said gravity.
Yeah,
Not-
well, I don't give
we
a
don't
fuck
care
what you're
about distance
talking
between
about. I give a
objects.
fuck
Bro.
what is like actually talked about.
Honestly, like, you're a nippy sweetie.
So yeah, when we look at the equation for gravity and we realize that it does in fact follow the distance between them, right? And then we also account for the mass. So we account for both variables in which we believe that gravity takes effect, which is the mass, which changing the mass seemed to show an increase in the rate of which the objects attracted themselves.
Is
And we
mass
changed the
gravity?
distance. Hey,
Is
hey,
ma-
shh.
Is
Yeah,
mass
till I'm
gravity?
finished.
And then we also changed the factor of the distance. Both of those factors seem to play into this notion that mass attracts mass on the relationship of both the mass of the objects and the distance from the objects.
Now you've
which
got
we,
two different.
am I done yet?
Yeah,
Hey, am
man,
I
let him
done yet?
finish, bro.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Chill, guys.
Which we attribute to the phenomenon we call gravity, which is just mass attracting mass, which we have shown.
Oh, it's a phenomenon now. So I asked you if there's an experiment that shows it as the cause of the effect. The effect would be the phenomenon, right? Now that's gravity. Can you figure out what gravity is before you try to do this, maybe?
That is
Yeah.
gravity.
I'm pretty sure I just did.
Pretty sure you
Gravity
didn't
is the
figure it out.
phenomenon
Because
that
you've given us
phenomena-
two independent variables. First of all, you gave us mass. Well, actually, first of all, you gave us distance between objects. Then you gave us mass. Those are two different independent variables. That would be
Sure.
two different experiments. You said that distance between
Which was
objects
done.
was gravity, which is ludicrous on its face. Then you ended by saying gravity is the phenomenon, which would be the effect, when what we needed you to show was gravity being the cause of the effect. So this is just a mess. Anybody else got
No.
anything to say?
Based.
So again, I know you don't listen too well, so I'll repeat myself yet again for you, just for
Where
you.
was I
Okay?
wrong about anything? Don't
So I'll
repeat
repeat
yourself.
myself
We
again.
already heard the wrong
So-
thing you said the first 3 times. Don't repeat it.
So I'll say it again, because clearly you
Why?
don't listen to me, which does not surprise me in the slightest. Right?
We just summed
So-
it all up.
No, you didn't.
We don't need you to say it again. It was stupid the first 3 times.
No, you just don't listen, and you have your own
It's
like
gonna be
little.
even stupider the
I
fourth.
understand. Hey, I understand that you have your own script that you stick to.
No,
So I'll do it again.
pot kettle.
Yeah,
Show
pot
me that
kettle, right?
script.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
I have literally called what you would do every single step of the way, and I've been right every single time. Because this is the
You've
first
not.
time I've interacted with you, Heretic. I now remember you as that clown from 24/7 that literally was always the yappy dog in the
Bro,
background
why
barking.
do you have to talk about other people and other times? Why do you not just move on? We'll have a discussion that's chilled. You don't have to fucking.
Do you think I can have a conversation with
Listen,
him?
like, calm down, man. Jesus
Hold on.
Christ,
You think
bro.
you think I can have a conversation when I have a cheerleader in the background
No,
constantly
I'm too
nagging?
triggered.
Listen to say you though. You're being fucking as bad as fucking anybody I've heard in this room.
I'm too triggering for you and your religious beliefs. So no, you can't
Yeah,
have
no,
a
no, so
conversation with me.
We
It's a you
understand
problem.
that gravity is in fact the attraction of mass. Like
How
mass
do we
attracting
understand
mass.
that?
We have shown that mass in itself can attract mass. Okay?
Is that the
Okay.
observed phenomenon? Is that the observed phenomenon?
Mass attracting mass, yes.
Oh, so it's not the cause of the effect then, like I asked.
Okay, what do you think we say gravity is? Gravity is an effect, so of course.
Well,
of
you've
course
said
we
it's
show
3
that
different things.
we
You've said
of
it's
course
3
we-
different
hey,
things here
hey,
in this
of course-
one diatribe alone.
Okay, so thank you for interrupting while I'm trying to speak yet again, but that's pretty par for the course for you. So
Bro,
we
why are
say,
you
of
still
course,
talking about other? You're like, oh, this and that. Oh, he's done this.
because when he
oh,
interrupts me and you
boo-hoo.
just sit in the
Right, but
background
just
and let it
move
happen.
on. Why not just move
How
on?
am I supposed to
Why
just
not?
move on
How
if
can
it
you
happens
know?
over and over again?
Man, listen to the state of yourself, brother. Eh?
If it happens every single time I speak,
Just move
how am I
on.
supposed to have a conversation?
It didn't happen.
Triggered out your mind.
Yeah. I'm just asking clarifying questions about your claims. You say it's the observed phenomenon, then you say it's the cause, then you say it's the observed phenomenon again. You
No,
just
the observed
obviously have no
phenomenon is
idea
in
what you're
fact
talking
mass
about.
attracting mass.
Okay, so the observed phenomenon is gravity. That would be the effect. I asked for an experiment that shows gravity as the cause of the effect. You really need to get it together.
So again, when we have gravity, there's 2 different parts to it. There's the mass attracting mass, which we have shown that mass attracts mass.
Is that the effect or the cause?
Mass attracts mass.
Is that the effect or the cause?
Okay, what are you trying to get from this?
I already told you.
I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere with you, dude.
I don't think you're getting
not getting very far.
Nah, not at all.
No.
I'm even a dummy and kind of get what he's saying. Like, it's gravity is the effect, it's the end result. It's not, you're not proving that it's the prime cause of anything.
We have to prove it's the cause. We have to establish the cause and effect relationship. That's what has to be done.
We have proven that mass attracts mass. That is all I have to say. Yes, we have.
No,
yes, we have.
Not. You've not.
Okay, so when those two balls attracted each other, what else but mass attracting mass is drawing those two together?
That's not a question that's even scientific. So I've meant to give you a replacement for what your belief.
But do you see what he did there? He went to mass attracting mass now being the cause again. Just a minute ago he said it was the effect, the observed phenomenon, and now he's gone back to it being the cause. It caused the effect. It caused itself.
Yes.
So mass causes gravity.
True. Right.
Yes, mass causes gravity, dude.
How's that? Where the fuck did you pick that out of? Some rectum.
Mass is gravity is the phenomenon that we see of mass attracting mass. So according to that statement, mass would in fact be the cause.
Fuck. Right then.
Mass causes gravity. Without mass, there is no gravity.
So, like what we were saying, I think it was yesterday. So, the whole vacuum of space argument and people flying in the ISS and all that nonsense, the whole fucking system, the whole heliocentric model relies on two balls that you think prove mass attract mass. Just because there's an unknown variable or 1,000 unknown variables that are unknown, so will never be fucking known.
Yeah, so we can.
So you cannot say that that's what it is for 100% fact. Just because it's happening.
We can already say it's not density because density wouldn't pull things sideways. Density also follows.
What, bro? Nothing's falling down in Cavendish. You've got things going sideways. Now you're talking about other things going sideways.
Yes, because we understand that the Earth is round.
No, you don't. Where's the radius? Who proved the radius? Who proved it?
Who proved it?
Oh, man.
NASA proved it, but you don't want to.
NASA proved it.
Yeah.
How did they? Well, what about Sputnik?
They put things in space.
Sputnik was in space before fucking those maniacs. Yeah. So they had to know the radius. Sorry for the alarm, the siren.
Yeah. So hold on. It can be proven multiple times, over and over again. NASA's just one of the people that.
Then do it once. Do it once then.
They needed a radius before they put things in the sky.
Sure, they had an assumption that they knew what the radius was, and sure enough, they were right.
What? So they just stuff up anyway.
How'd they know they were right?
How did they know what they were right?
Sent monkeys up.
Yeah. They had an assumption that they were right. They tested it by sending their shit into space, using that as their equation, and sure enough, they were right.
They did?
Also,
can you verify any of that? That's a cool story you're telling us. Can you verify any of it?
Can I verify that they put anything in space? Yeah, I can take a look up in the sky and see.
Well, you're going to have to verify the claim of outer space itself, right? Which would be uncontained gas pressure, an uncontained open system within a.
Who says it's uncontained?
You've not
there's a container.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the container?
The edge of the universe.
What?
Oh, really?
It's like Men in Black when you see the marbles. You know, you go to the edge of the marbles, just another universe.
Yeah, space.
The edge of the universe is containing the atmosphere of the Earth.
So, also, you already conceded that there is a pressure gradient.
So what?
You already. So again, why would we have a pressure gradient? Why would you have to show? Why would we have to show pressure next to a vacuum if we already understand that pressure can in fact exist next to a vacuum?
Wait a sec. So pressure gradient. Now you're saying no container because pressure gradient?
No, that's not all what I said. I even said that there was a pressure or that there was a container. Please listen up.
Oh, so there is a container. There is a gradient. Okay, and
yeah. So there's a gradient in both models. There's a container in both models. Ours is just bigger than your make-believe one.
Your container, which stretches to the edge of the fairy tale universe, outer space universe, that contains the atmosphere? Okay, so why isn't the atmosphere dispersing to fill that humongous container? So why isn't the atmosphere filling that humongous container?
Why doesn't ours fill up this fucking make-believe dome you think it is?
Well, isn't that what it's doing?
No.
But who says it was a dome anyway?
Yeah, anyway, nobody said that.
It could be a cube. Yeah, you're right. It could be a cube. It could be a flat table, dude.
Yeah, I don't believe in domes. I'm not no globe tard.
Why did he deflect from the question, though? Why isn't the atmosphere filling your humongous vacuum of space container?
Why doesn't it? Because why would it? we understand that mass attracts mass.
Why doesn't it? Why would it?
Dynamics.
Hold on.
Oh,
So
gravity.
hold on. Where? Yeah. So hold on. Where in? Can you please read the second law of thermodynamics from me and see like what it exactly it says?
It deals with entropy. Entropy must
so
increase in an open
entropy
system.
in what? Entropy in what?
Does it increase in an open system?
Hold on. Entropy in what, please?
What do you mean in? In what? What do you mean in what?
So the second law of thermodynamics is an overall rule that they go by whenever there's no outside interference happening. We understand that us putting gas into a container, I can go and fire up my fucking my air compressor and it creates a lot of heat, right? Me fucking just going by and shoving gas into a container would violate the fucking second law of thermodynamics according to you, right?
Fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah, you're insane, dude. Nobody said anything like that.
Yeah, hold on. Yes, because we understand that there is a force, a
What do you mean
9.8 meters per.
Gravity's not even a force anymore.
Yeah,
Gravity's
you
not
don't
been a force for
understand.
over a century.
You don't understand, 'cause it's not even said to be a force. So do you have an experiment for gravity containing air then? Because that's obviously where you're going.
Gravity containing anything?
Air.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can just point to the globe that we live in. If you want, like, if you want an example of a non-physical container containing gas, I can simply point towards electromagnetism causing a pressure gradient.
So now electromagnetism, but that's not the globe claim. They claim that gravity causes the gradient. So why would you do that?
Okay, so hold on, because the whole notion that I'm just going to get rid of the whole notion that you need a physical container to contain gas by showing that you can use. Okay. You want me to show you an experiment where electricity
using gravity, using gravity as per the
no.
Okay, then we don't care because that's
So hold on, because I know that you're scared of this topic because it's going to really like
we're
affect.
scared.
Like,
that's why we're sitting here, because we're scared.
Yeah. No, that's why you dogpile me with like 3 people talking at me.
We have 3 people. I've hardly fucking spoke for hours.
You keep speaking. What the fuck?
We
do
just
you
need
mean?
an
You're just in the background like a little
I've just
cheerleader.
sat down. The past like 10 minutes I've been, or 20 minutes I've been sitting here, but
So,
most of the night I've hardly spoke, man.
So when we have a magnet, we can show that we can have a pressure gradient. We can cause pressure with a magnet. We can also cause a vacuum with a magnet. We don't need a physical container. Now that we understand that we don't need a physical container to cause shifts in a pressure system, we can thus apply that same logic to gravity. Yes.
You mean they?
No, me. You and me.
How you? How me?
How are you? Because I would imagine you are an adult with a brain that can think. Or maybe you just truly do go off a script that you get from 24/7.
Bro, see if you make one more snidey comment, I'm just going to mute you because you're tedious as fuck. Like, you're like having fucking root treatment rectally. For fuck's sake, man.
So yeah, all I have to do is show that mass attracts mass and apply that same logic to gas. Cavendish experiment.
Cavendish is not an experiment, and there's nothing falling in Cavendish. You've already said what your independent variable is, so it's no. That's not Cavendish. That's no gravity. So Cavendish is fucking out the window.
Yeah. No, Cavendish experiment showed that just by changing the mass, you can change the rate at which objects attract themselves to each other.
So the experiment proves mass. It doesn't prove gravity. It does anything. It proves mass.
It proves it proves mass attracts mass.
You're going to beg the question. You're going to say mass attracts mass.
Yeah,
where are you getting mass attracting mass before the experiment? Like you've just made, there's something been made and they've said some shit about it. It's not something happened in reality.
Yeah, so,
then you form the hypothesis. Yeah. Then you construct your experiment. This is just balls going sideways.
No, we've shown it in the Cavendish experiment is mass attracts mass.
Not even.
Yeah, so
no.
By changing the mass, which
every time you say it, you've done that, I'm going to say no.
Yeah. I'll say, okay, people, including high schoolers and people people in college that have repeatedly done the Cavendish experiment have shown time and time again that mass can attract mass.
Most of the time it doesn't even fucking work.
And what happens when it does work?
Well, it gives you an effect with unknown variables. So you've not got any
unknown variables? We know the variables.
No, you don't know the unknown variables, do you?
You're right, dude. Every single time I light
a fire,
how do you
know there isn't any unknown variables? What's that fucking got to do with what I've said, man? Burning paper. Well, you give random analogies that are completely irrelevant all the time.
So hold on. Maybe because like if you actually paid attention to the analogies, maybe you might actually.
Why do you talk like that, mate? You're not my dad.
Why do you talk like that?
Why
are you just always in the background?
See you later, bro. Fuck's sake, I'm not gonna listen to you anymore. Fucking sick
Yeah,
of it.
because every single time I'm speaking, now you're interrupting me.
It's not your fucking show, Everybody gets to talk, bro. Fuck's
Okay,
sake.
yeah, and I'm speaking, and then you
But
can
when
speak.
you're
That's how
speaking,
conversation happens.
you need to be the person like also constantly replying and talking over. And that's the way it's been for I don't know how long now.
Probably. I'm bad about it. At least I'm willing
I've
to admit
noticed.
that I'm bad about it. Are
Well,
you
so that
willing to
makes it
admit that
alright.
you're being bad about it?
I'm trying to fucking keep control of the fucking place. Fuck's sake. And be
What's there to keep
stoned.
control of?
And
It's just me talking and you talking.
bro, I've been in here for about fucking 8 hours, man, And so I'm the only person with the mute fucking commands, Yeah. Well,
So again,
one of those
what's there to
fucking
keep in charge
frazzled.
of? It's
Well,
just
mate,
you and me
because
talking.
I'm ready to mute you repeatedly because you're just being underhand and fucking being an asshole with your comments, talking shit about 24/7. You fucking went through like everything in the book just a bit, man.
Small minds talk about people. Hi, Jacobianite.
You brought
So
up
yeah, let me take a
24/7
look
at
at
least
your
3 times. You've brought up fucking
yeah,
24/7, man.
yeah, let me take a look at all the messages Heretic sent. You want to say that one again, Heretic, about the small minds talk about people? You want to do that one? You want to pull
Did
that
you
one?
hear it?
I can pull up what you say on 24/7. I'm on there.
Philip, what do you
Yeah,
mean, Philip?
pull up an argument that I made for water being horizontal and flat at rest.
Okay, I'll do
That's
that once
like,
I get on my
you'll
work.
find that one. That one's an easy one, surely. You're
That's
going to be able to
super
find
easy
it.
one. Super easy globe killer. No
Oh,
problem.
right.
Just pour a glass of water.
Globe killer. Globe killer.
Yeah, the globe killer, right?
It's that easy.
Sure.
I had to
Yeah,
step away for a second. Did Jacobianite figure out whether gravity is the cause or the effect yet, or
Nah.
get anywhere?
No, I'll concede. Right, mass is the cause, and the effect is what we see as mass attracting mass.
Oh, so gravity is just a label you're applying to a thing that you see happening. It doesn't actually cause anything. Okay.
Hey, Tiger,
Yeah, yeah.
I never realised you were muted, bro. I've unmuted you if you want to join in. Say hello,
Hold
ask
on.
a question.
I didn't. Why was I muted? I didn't even know I was.
If, depending on the rules you've got, some people get muted when they come in. I need to mute and unmute.
Huh. I didn't even know I was muted. I have the phone. I have the phone in my pocket.
Yeah, man. I know. I'm not sure how long you've even been in. I just saw your name and I thought I'll try you just to see if you are muted. But yeah, welcome, man. Fucking hell, join the party.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, man. So what do you think about the shape of the Earth, bro? I mean, I take it you're on the globe side?
Me?
Yeah.
Spake. Tiger's the guy you've been talking to for a long time about flat Earth.
Yeah, I told you that I've been flat Earth since 2015, bro.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's that guy. You've been talking to him
was that
for
the guy
a
we
while.
were speaking to earlier?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
for fuck's sake.
I might have accidentally got muted.
I thought you were new, man. I never recognised your profile picture.
No, it's all good.
Yeah,
no skin off my nose.
Skin off this dude's nose. This dude's not got a nose left.
Tiger, do you think that Jacobianite put up a good case for the globe? You convinced by any of that?
No, I've heard Downey try this cope many times.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Tiger, the shit that comes out of your mouth and all the weird shit you believe, and you're gonna come at me like that?
That is, I'm gonna give you the point on that one. That is true. And I'm gonna say, you might be a little more science. What's the word I'm looking for? Capable of having those arguments than others, but I'm still not. I'm not convinced.
Dude, he can't even figure out a cause from an effect. He doesn't.
That's what I was saying. I'm very white trash shamany. I just do a lot of mushrooms and intuit things. But you haven't really helped me as a retard understand like how it's the original effect rather than just it's the cause rather than the effect.
We're still trying to figure out what this is with gravity. We understand that mass attracts mass. Okay?
You are,
and we can hold on.
Real quick. What experiment proves that mass attracts mass? You said something about balls attracting to each other.
The Cavendish experiment proves that mass attracts mass, and that when you change the mass, the rate of which they attract each other.
How did they prove that?
Changes.
How did they prove that in the Cavendish experiment? They just put two balls next to each other on a flat surface and see if they were attracted to each other, or what?
Torsion balance.
Yeah, torsion bars, and then like with which at the ends were big lead balls that were wired in a way that actually grounded them, so that there would be no interference from the electrostatic nor electromagnetic field. And of course,
Right,
they're lead anyways. So even if there was electrostatic, they would be repelled by each other because lead is diamagnetic.
It's non-conductive,
yeah. No, not that they're non-conductive. They are repelled by magnetic fields.
Oh, I see.
So so we understand that diamagnetic elements cannot be attracted to each other because of electromagnetism, right? And they were grounded anyways, just to eliminate that factor as well. When we eliminate,
so what about unknown factors? How do you eliminate them?
Yeah, maybe it's like the magical fairies that fart on my nails
No,
that cause them to rust.
I'm not being
right?
as ridiculous as you, bro. I'm just saying to you,
Yeah.
that was not a natural phenomenon. It never happened in nature. It was made by a dude. They made
To
it.
happen.
They made the contraption.
Why does it have to be something that happens in nature for us to?
Because then you know that, bro. Then you know that there's no interference. There's no unknown shit. There's what happens in nature. You know?
There's plenty of shit that happens in nature that we're still trying to understand.
What's
And
that
figure
got to
out
do
all
with
like
it?
the weird variables.
So wait,
So
the Cavendish
all
phenomenon.
because it happens
because-
in nature. Hold on, all because it happens in nature versus something that we might look at like computer science.
Wait,
or science that revolves around alloys.
So
Right?
the
We
Cavendish
understand
phenomenon
that-
doesn't
we
happen in
understand-
nature?
Did I say that?
Well, can you point to an example of it happening in nature?
Yeah, so when we
Yeah.
take a look, us honest actors that trust NASA, and we see mass attracting mass by the mere fact that things are attracted to the Earth.
NASA's
when we take a,
crossover.
hold on, or when we take a look at the sky and we see like the moons of like Mars orbiting around Mars, and we say, I wonder why that is. I think that those
Well,
stars, that the mass is
so the
attracting the
only-
mass.
bro,
So
the
the
only
only
seriously
orbit
think-
so the only
do you
so
think
the only
NASA is-
physical so the only physical examples that you have within nature of this phenomenon occurring are unverifiable just through NASA off-world,
No,
off-planet.
you
There's
can
no-
see Mars
there's
with
no-
your own
no-
telescope.
Wait,
Well,
wait.
I'm
So
saying,
Yeah,
is
but you
there,
want-
is there a
is
phenomenon?
there any are there any local
Right.
examples of that phenomena happen within the Earth?
No, because Earth's gravity is too strong. It just
So
overpower
where are
that.
you proving gravity? I think you're going to claim Cavendish proves that as well. That gravity you're
Yeah.
talking about.
It's
Yeah,
it
so when we
sounds
take a look, when we take a
Take-
look
bro,
at like
take-
a natural example, what you can just take a look at, if you have a nice telescope above $150, you can see Mars pretty clearly. And if you get one above
Yeah.
$2,000,
But
you
you've-
can see
bro,
so
one
what
of the
though?
moon.
What does that mean?
Hold on, let me finish.
Who cares
you
what
can-
it
I
is
still
in
have
the
a question
sky?
about what he said like 2 minutes ago, though, because he's talking about
Does that
orbits in
mean-
the sky. So your observed phenomenon now, even though you don't really observe an orbit, but your observed phenomenon is orbit.
No, the absorb phenomenon is we understand that when things spin around each other, there has to be a
That's an orbit.
Hey, can you please let me finish? There has to be a
That's an orbit.
centripetal force. Can you? Okay, I'll do this. There we go.
Stop being
There
a
has to
child.
be a
See if you
central-
mute him, I'm going to mute you. Don't be an idiot because then you're going to talk over.
I cannot talk.
I know, but
Just chill out.
I disagree with Downey on the flat Earth thing, but he is getting dogpiled a little bit. Why can't we just let him rebut the point?
It's
simply?
just it's
Well,
just
I'm
that
not dogpiling, he's
he's
talking
kind of like
shit.
waffling and trying to like just kind of railroad the room again because obviously his observed phenomenon when he brought up Jupiter was an orbit. So my
Did I bring up
question was
Jupiter
going to
or
be
Mars?
then what experiment or sorry, how about this? What orbits in the Cavendish?
Or
So again,
drops.
I'm gonna finish. So I'll just have to do
So-
this so I don't get interrupted again. So
Right, what you're going to do what? I'm just going to mute you if you're going to be a Snyder. So it's up to you, man. Stop being a child.
Because where we
Okay,
started
I
was we're
cannot-
trying to
I
get the
cannot have a
observed phenomenon in
conversation
nature,
when
right?
he is
This what he's
interrupting
gonna
me every
test
3
for?
seconds.
Mate, I unmuted you and you instantaneously started talking. Like you never even waited to hear anything, you just started talking. Fuck's
Well,
sake,
because
man.
we're looking for the
Chill.
observed phenomenon in nature that you're
Okay.
testing for within the Cavendish, right? So what is it?
So am I going to be interrupted by him? Because I'm not
Can
going
you
to have a
answer the question? You're muted again, Fuck's sake, man. He said something. He went back to whining about the past. Can you heretic? Say it again, I'll unmute him.
Yeah, so what is the observed phenomenon in nature that you're going to be testing for with Cavendish?
You're unmuted, go.
two objects attracted to each other, like we see with the two with Mars and its moons.
Okay, so where's the moon in Cavendish?
So notice how I said attract.
Okay, so
when we have
you're
two
describing
balls
an
that are
orbit.
attracting to each other.
So you're describing an orbit in the sky, allegedly.
So what would cause an orbit to occur?
Okay, so where's the orbit?
It needs two things.
Okay, so where's the orbit in Cavendish?
How would you know what an orbit needs in space? And what's orbiting?
Because
Or what's falling in Cavendish? You've got pick a question.
Because I understand that I can create my own orbit with a fucking string and a weight, and I understand that it requires both a centripetal force and a centrifugal force. And without a okay,
Bro,
if I'm just gonna
come on, man, get a grip of your life.
How am I supposed to talk if you interrupt me every 3
Bro,
seconds?
you've been talking since you came in the room.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he's the only opposition in the room. Like, the point of this is to debate flat Earth, and he's the only he's the only globie that's willing to step up to the plate to struggle against it. And
that's not the aim of the room, bro. It's to have a fucking chill conversation. He's no chill. Okay?
How am I supposed to have a How am I supposed to have a chill conversation
Just grow
if
up,
I get
bro.
mocked and laughed at?
Listen, you're still going on about the past. Who gives a fuck?
Holy shit! It's not even the past. If it keeps happening,
let's move on. Let's move
Tiger, you
on,
gotta
right?
back me up with this,
Right.
dude.
Somebody say something.
I gotta side with Downey on good faith on this one. He's not being bad. He's not being a bad actor at all.
Listen, I'll mute
Yes, he is.
It's not
He's not answering the question.
No, I get that he's struggling. I get that he's struggling with the line of logic.
But up, man. Just listen. So go for it and make your statement, and then have a rebuttal. Please, both of you, stick to fucking listening and then talking, boys. Please say something. Reply. A rebuttal. If you realise you're talking and he's not stopped, give way. If everyone does that, it'll be perfect.
So
agree?
Sure. When we have the orbit, we understand that there has to be a centripetal force in order for an orbit to occur. Now we need to look at what the centripetal force could be. We understand that from the Cavendish experiment that mass attracts mass. Boom. We have our centripetal force that keeps those moons in orbit of Mars.
Centripetal force has to do with rotation. Where's the centripetal force in Cavendish?
What is the centripetal force?
I'll give you a citation.
Rotation.
Sure, in rotation. It's what keeps, like, let's say, it is what the string is doing to the ball, right? When I spin it around.
Where's the rotation in Cavendish?
Why would I need to have a rotation in Cavendish?
Because I'm asking you what the observed phenomenon in nature is you're going to be testing for with Cavendish.
Yes, an unseen force that seems to be attracting mass to mass.
Okay.
Yeah, so we see with Mars that there is something that we can't account for, at least 300 years ago, of which
How do you know that's a mass?
Holy shit.
How do you know Mars is a mass?
So when we see Mars, I'm not even going to answer that question. I'm going to finish my first statement first.
How do you know it?
Man, you see a light in the sky, a round light.
It's not a light.
How do you know what it is? That's all we see. All we can perceive is something that's illuminated and round-ish.
Yeah, it's red, and you can see craters on it. You can see mountains on it. It damn sure isn't a light. You can't.
You can't see. Well, go and get a telescope. You're not going to be able to see them. Man. You see that shit from fucking space telescope? Nah, man. Jesus Christ! You see, there is fucking demarcation there. I don't know what the best word to say it, but it doesn't look anything like. For what I've seen on it, I've not looked through the telescope, but I've seen images through that come from Red Rhetoric. For one of them, he was always fucking cheering them, and it doesn't look like what you see.
With his P900.
I don't know what kind of. He's fucking probably got a P1000 and God knows what else. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
why
is he using the P900 or the P1000?
He's a globe earther.
You see craters.
He's got a telescope as well. I mean, they used to do live streams where they were fucking showing stuff with their telescope, man.
Craters equals you're on a spinning ball?
Well, he never saw a crater, though. He's never seen a crater looking through a telescope at the light in the sky called Mars. He's just seen that in pictures and cartoons and shit, so that's still not an observed phenomenon. And even if it was, I could show you a hologram of Tupac. Does he have mass? Like, you don't know what the shit in the sky is. You're begging the question all over the
place.
So there's, again, no reason to believe that Mars is
the motion of the Earth. How about we just figure that one out?
I didn't say Mars was fake. I just asked you how you know it is what you say it is.
So I know what it is, because it looks like a fucking rock. It doesn't look like a projection. It doesn't look like a light in the sky. It might look that way. It might look like a light in the sky if you're some guy with a P900.
There's no point in speaking at the same time as I am.
Yeah, so again, when you're using a P900 or a P1000, of course it's going to look like a light in the sky because they're really terrible at taking pictures of things really, really far away. And they can't, and then people who don't know how to use them don't focus them correctly. So if you take a look at this little clip I have here of a nice actual telescope pointing at Mars, you can clearly see structures on Mars. You can clearly see the frozen poles of Mars. You can clearly see like structures.
Show that in the text.
That's pareidolia, my guy. You got pareidolia.
Show that. Show a picture of that. Post a video of that. I'd like to see that.
He just did. I'm watching it right now.
And what is it? Cartoons?
Yeah, that looks edited as fuck, Downey.
Well, and he's just looking at it, and his imagination is just running wild. Like he doesn't know that any of the stuff that he's saying it is what it is.
That's just like fucking Pluto, man. You see Pluto on Pluto.
So
it's the same shit as that.
You can actually buy the same telescope that he used and see if you get dissimilar results.
You don't see any detail to say that that's mountains. For fuck's sake, get a grip of your life.
That's mountains?
No kidding.
Absolutely,
fuck's sake,
I can.
man.
So that's your proof that Mars is a mass. Well, nice try.
Mars is a mass. Yeah, I can damn sure know that it's. I can damn sure it isn't a light in the sky.
How about
we
just
captured one? Hold on, real quick, Johnny. It says that they captured Phobos and Deimos. I don't see it on that video.
I have a proposition.
See, when you were talking about not being able to get focus on the P900 and the P1000, I was talking, man. There's a guy called Ron Hagberg, and he came to 24/7 and had a discussion about fucking focus, the focus problems with the P1000 or 900. And there's a thing called a Batonov mask, and it's got loads of lines on it, and you put it on the end of the fucking camera, and you line it. I'll post the two images, the two memes, and you line up the fucking these fucking shapes, and that gives you focus on the P1000, supposedly.
So Mars is still an unverified light in the sky.
No, we damn sure know it's not a light in the sky because it's not casting its own light. That's why it has phases that seem to correspond with where we see it with the sun.
Stop lying to your own eyes.
That's claim after claim after claim. Okay, so how do you know the source of Mars's light?
Do what?
How did you determine the source of Mars's light? With what test?
Spectroscopy.
How did that tell you the origin of the light coming from Mars?
How did that tell me? Because we can see the backtracks from where the light is. We can see the mixture of the light as it's being bounced away from Mars.
No, that's what they do.
Right now,
they can see
a crescent moon. You can see crescent moons in broad daylight and see the blue oxygen of the atmosphere beyond the moon in broad daylight, and tell me that there's not enough light to light up the rest of the rock, the crescent moon. You can see the crescent moon in daylight. So where the hell is the rest of the rock? Okay, so where did 80% of the moon go when you can see blue oxygen behind it? How? Let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you. How do you see blue skies beyond the moon?
Behind a solid object.
You're not. You're seeing blue skies in front of the moon.
How did you verify the source of Mars's light using spectroscopy?
If the blue skies are in front of the moon, then you should be able to see the entire moon, and it shouldn't be a crescent.
No.
It should be a rock, like you claim it.
No.
You're telling me in daylight from the sun, you can't see the rest of the rock? But hold on, let me get this straight. Okay. Let me get this straight. A full moon at night, and you can't see a single ray that's traveling from the sun to the moon. How is the moon going to reflect the rays of the sun if you can't see the rays of the sun itself?
Because the moon isn't perfectly behind the sun.
You're telling me if I shoot a flashlight on a mirror right now, you're not going to see the beam of light that travels to the mirror before it reflects?
Yeah.
Because okay, so that doesn't happen. No one's seen that ray of sunshine. No one sees rays of sunshine at night.
Going to the moon.
Fool. You absolute fool. No one has seen that ray of sunshine to line up the fucking moon at night.
Yeah, the moon is obviously like a plasmoid hologram or some shit. Sometimes Sometimes it's
I'm trying
bigger,
to-
sometimes it's smaller, sometimes it's fucking closer, sometimes it's further, sometimes it's opaque, sometimes it's translucent, which is where you get the Muslim flag symbol of being able to see the star through the crescent moon. Ultimately, it has the traits of a hologram.
No.
It fluctuates
Not,
being translucent.
not to mention it has its own energy, which is completely different than solar energy. Solar energy dehydrates
Okay.
food and preserves it. Moon energy rots and causes organic matter
Yeah,
to
that's
decay.
radiation.
It's colder than it is than the
Are you
shade
still on
around it.
that?
Well,
mean?
this fool over here in the chat literally thinks he should see the moon light up with no source of light. The source of
said
light
that?
is the sun.
Hold
the
on,
source
who
of
said
light.
that?
Hold on.
Is the moon like a LED light out in my front yard and
So who's
absorbs
this
the sun
random
all day
guy
and then it
that's
glows at night?
who's this random man trying to straw man me here?
Who cares who he is? Doesn't matter who he is. Just address his argument.
I don't even know what his argument is.
I
He's just straw
his
Okay,
man.
I'm gonna ask the
Undress it.
globalist. Let me ask the globalist. Sorry, guys. Is the moon reflecting the rays of the sun on a full
Yes.
moon in the night?
Yes.
Okay, so where are the rays?
What do you mean where are the rays?
Show me the rays of sunlight traveling to the moon.
Yeah, or
Why would
it's like
I be able to
hold
on, why
it's
would
like
I
a
be
solar
able
light and
You're
it
telling
absorbs
me
it.
the moon
Okay.
lights up like a Christmas tree in the middle of the night, and you don't know where the light's coming from?
Is the moon within the Earth's atmosphere
Have
or
you
no?
seen the moon? Are you retarded? Have you seen the moon?
Okay.
Go look at the moon right now.
On the globe
How
Earth,
about you
on the
figure it
globe
out?
Earth, okay. On the
I
globe Earth
want you to
model.
literally go outside and find the moon.
Okay. On the globe Earth model.
It'll literally prove the argument.
On the globe
You've
Earth
never
model.
seen the moon. You probably haven't seen the moon in 30 days,
Oh my
bro.
gosh. Who is this motherfucker?
Doesn't matter who he is.
Grow up, man.
Well, this got a long way away from Cavendish because I was trying to find out how you know any of the phenomena in the sky are actually verified via Cavendish, and we got way off of that.
Yeah, so I mean I can keep going with this guy and his weird fucking like moon and the sunlight thing.
Fuck's sake.
So we can go. We can keep going
Can
on
I
that.
get this on record? Where is the moonlight coming from?
Yeah, don't be distracted by my autism, Downey. Stay focused.
So the moonlight is coming from the sunlight, and of course at night
So, hold
when
on.
the sunlight
The moonlight comes from the what?
from the sunlight. So the sun
Okay,
shines on the moon, which bounces back light onto
So why would they
us.
call it moonlight just
Okay,
like
this is
sunlight?
this is a bad argument, man. Come on.
This is not. No, it's easily provable. It's the
No,
easiest argument to
Dude, you
prove.
just said
Go
you just
look
said
at the
why is it
moon.
called the moonlight if it's coming? Like, come on, man. You keep
What? Oh,
This guy's a
yeah.
troll,
If
right?
it were sunlight, then moonlight wouldn't
No, I
exist
think he's
in
just
the
a
dictionary.
typical user.
You're actually retarded.
If it
Moonlight
was
wouldn't
sunlight,
exist in the
if it was
dictionary
sunlight,
if it came solely from the sun.
yeah, if it was
What?
sunlight or was reflected sunlight, why would it have such radically different traits from sunlight?
Exactly.
It's almost like it doesn't have radically different traits.
Hold on, real quick. Does it decay organic matter faster than normal?
No.
It does. I'll give you the link, and I'll look up the link. Two is the moonlight colder than surrounding shade? Yes
Are
or
you
no?
gonna show me those videos where a guy puts a glass in front of a window?
No, loads
I
of
don't know
people
what
have
you're
done
talking about.
that, where they've tested the moonlight and the
Alright,
moonlight shade.
so you don't think
in the
moonlight is cold, Downey?
Do I
Well,
think that
still fucking
moonlight
try
is
to get a
cold?
sentence out, man.
Yeah, is moonlight
Jesus
cold
Christ.
in your experience?
No.
No, because this is the easiest way to disprove the sun. We're revolving around it.
Yeah, so I've actually done like the moonlight experiment, except I wasn't dishonest and I didn't do anything stupid.
yeah,
and
yeah.
I
You
had
haven't
hold
seen the
on,
moon.
and
Why
I
don't
put
you
the
find the
cover,
moon right
and
now, you
I put the cover decently away from where I had the two containers of water, which I warmed up in the microwave, and they were both even temperatures, and I made sure that by like filling them up both from the same container. And they both start at the same temperature. The cover that gave the first water shade was very far away, so that we could rule out radiant cooling or radiant. What's what I call it? Not radiant cooling. Radiant insulation. Okay. Or I said like insulation from radiant insulation. And keeping them both far away meant the radiative cooling was very similar between the two. And what I found was the water cooled down essentially at the same rate. Because in many of these issues where they try and no, we're just saying
Right,
that
so we
like
live on a
moonlight
spinning
is
ball barreling in different
no,
vectors that millions of
no.
miles per hour through a vacuum without any containment. That's what we're doing. Right.
Yeah.
Right. We just
So-
change the name of the room to 24/7 fucking globe Earth proven.
So
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if anybody wants to respond to that last thing he said. I wasn't really paying attention because he got way off of the Cavendish phenomenon where it's observed in nature. Still don't know.
Yeah. Well, we already see what looks like rocks attracting rocks, and we test that here on Earth by saying that rocks attract rocks.
Where the fuck do
And
we
sure
see
enough,
rocks attracting rocks?
when we look in space,
Yeah, you go down to the creek and you see rocks attracting one another.
yeah. When we look into
We
space,
see
and
rocks
we see,
attracting rocks.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
fucking classic line, like.
yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
When we
crack
take a look
rock.
in
He's
yeah,
talking
when
Mate,
about
see,
you're
hold
fucking
on, I'm not a flat
delusional,
earther. I don't
bro.
smoke crack, dude.
You're delusional, bro. You're better than maybe smoking crack. Maybe that'll straighten you out a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I'll become a flat earther and understand what you're talking about.
You just said that you fucking see rocks attracting rocks.
Yeah,
in
that's
space.
objectively so when we look in space.
Where do you? How do you know they're rocks attracting each other?
Because they look like fucking rocks, dude. Unless I want to smoke crack and think that they're just astral projections.
Because they look like rocks. They look like
False
rocks.
dichotomy.
Right, so they look like rocks, so they are rocks attracting each other.
Yeah,
right.
if they look
That's
like a
good.
rock.
That's good reasoning, bro.
Yeah, so we make an
Smoking some
observation.
good
and
rock.
what looks
You're gonna
like
say
rocks.
if they look like a rock
Okay.
and they walk like a rock, then it
Yeah.
must be a rock. Is that what you were going to
Yeah.
say there before you got cut off? Sounded
Yeah,
like
no.
it.
Okay. Yeah, when we look into space and we see what
So,
looks like
got
rocks
some
attracting rocks, and then we test to see if we can recreate that phenomenon here on Earth. And
We
sure
see
enough,
rocks
we can
attracting
recreate
I've
that
never seen a rock
phenomenon.
attracting rocks.
So how
Not
am I
once in
supposed
my
to have a
life.
conversation with you if you just do this?
Do
If
what?
somebody's
Have a
having a
fucking
conversation
laugh.
with-
Mate, you're talking absolute
Yeah.
ridiculous nonsense. I'm having a laugh. I'm sorry. And that's what I made the room for.
Don't be
I
sorry.
made the room
Don't
for
be
to come
sorry.
over and have a laugh.
Yeah, it's utter
Don't be
ridiculous
sorry.
to just say things that is mostly widely agreed upon, right?
No, so
And
appeal to consensus.
I don't laugh on like Tiger when he goes into his weird astral projection shit. Or I think it
But
was
you
you as
appeal-
well that talked about your weird like trippy astral projection shit.
You appeal to consensus, though. That's logically
I will say that the chucklehead kind of approach to it. This is kind of why I didn't hang out on the 24/7 server very much. Is because anytime there's a dog pile, it's just kind of I think that we should have a little more good faith.
Oh, fucking dog pile. What are you talking about, man? This has been
Literally the
relaxed in
definition
here.
of a dog
eh?
pile. Yeah, so hold on. It's
What?
relaxed for the people that
What?
dog pile.
So
It's
it's a
really
dog
stressful
pile just
when I
because
had
you
yeah.
decide to
By
be
the
here.
way,
You decide to be here, bro. We're not fucking keeping you here. So this man saying that we're like here at dog pile, bro, it's fucking my room, eh? It's not a fucking
Yeah, so just relax from a dog. Hey, listen, we're never gonna be able to convince people that we're just dogpiling.
I wasn't finished saying what I was saying, Fuck's sake, man, I don't, you're like kids, man, and you're not helping it, bro. Your attitude and condescension and
No
snide
offense,
comments.
I can't understand you right now.
I don't care. I was talking to everybody else that could listen to me. If you don't want to listen and just don't listen, I don't really care. Selective
Yeah, we still
hearing
can't
doesn't work.
understand you, man.
You maybe can't. I don't really give a fuck.
First of all, he failed the basic argument, which was proving the moonlight comes from the sun. So let's go there.
We were on Cavendish. We were trying to verify
when I
his
he
independent
can't
variable.
even use his own eyes, and you want to listen to him go deeper?
So first of all, why would I
None of it
expect
got an
to
His
see?
eyeballs don't even work.
Okay.
Do you trust people whose eyeballs don't work?
Oh,
When
that's ridiculous.
so I'll answer his little ridiculous question real quick. In our model where the moon mostly exists outside the Earth's atmosphere, why would I expect to see the rays from the sun passing over to the moon and then bouncing back from the moon onto us?
What the fuck? Who would even claim anything like that?
1, 2, 3. If you actually listen to whatever he was smoking
This
crack
is
for.
you literally have
That's
to
not
be
what he said.
brain dead. You have to be brain dead to see blue sky past the moon and not
How do you know it's
see
past
the
the moon?
rest of the moon. But on a full night, on a full moon night, you don't see any rays from the sun going to the moon.
There's been
How do you know
images
the blue skies?
taken. Listen, there's been images taken with the star, actual star through the moon. That's why, like on the Turkey's flag, they've got the fucking star on the flag. So
But this
The
is
moon's
an eye
not a
test.
fucking rock that you're talking about. It's not a rock. Obviously, if a star's
I know
be seen
that's
through it.
his. I'm talking about Buddy's model. I've argued.
Okay, I'm
with the
talking to him.
globalist.
I'm talking to him.
This globalist, listen. This globalist is going down. He can't
What do you
even
mean?
use his own eyeballs, and you're gonna waste time arguing with him.
Just let him talk. He'll bury himself.
He can talk if he wants, bro.
that he doesn't
He can
have
talk if
eyeballs.
he wants. He's came here and he's the only person arguing for the globe. That's why we're here. If anybody else wants to chime in, they can chime in. But don't just fucking demand that you're going to do this and do that. What the fuck, man? We're trying to have a chill conversation.
So again, I don't know where you keep on getting the idea that the Muslim symbol of the star and the moon represent like a star passing through the moon. That's not what it's showing. It's showing
what
the
about, right,
hold on.
right, forget that. What about the actual star going through the fucking moon then? Fuck the
I
flag. What about the
I
actual
haven't seen
star and
anything
the
of the
moon?
such.
But what about it though? That's no proving that your moon's not a fucking rock. Surely.
I haven't seen anything of the such where a star
I
passes
have. I
through
just
the moon.
said it.
We're
No,
still
there's
talking
fucking
about
multiple
rocks.
images of it. It's been caught
It's
numerous
still
times.
about rocks. By the way, his argument was rocks attracting rocks. He's seen
You can see them.
but he's
You can see
never
them in
seen a
the
full
sky.
moon. He's never seen a full moon, and that the light's coming from the moon. He just doesn't believe that.
Your moon's not a fucking rock in the sky, bro.
Yeah, it looks like a rock.
Why do we go?
Not good
Do you
enough.
like eclipses, bro? Do you like
It's got
eclipses?
That's
You know
not good enough. Yeah,
Yeah,
could be enough.
right.
That's not good enough.
So
A
can we have
hologram of Tupac looks like Tupac. Sorry, go ahead.
can we have a lunar eclipse in the daytime then, bro?
Can you have a lunar eclipse during the daytime?
Yeah, man.
Guys,
When the sun and moon are above the horizon simultaneously.
Yeah, you could have that.
How's that? And still have an eclipse.
Yeah, because we understand that the moon or that the sun doesn't have to be perfectly above
Who's
them.
we?
Bro, let him fucking answer.
Okay.
Fuck.
He said
So-
we understand.
Wait, answer. I know,
No,
mate.
I
It's
said
just
we
that's
can
just the way it is.
understand.
Let him
Just the
speak,
way it
man.
is,
Let him
man.
speak.
We understand that the moon in the or I'm sorry, that the sun in the heliocentric model is much wider than the Earth, and so when it's off in the distance, light can still be coming from either side of the Earth and intersecting with this moon that is ever so slightly above, or in fact at the horizon.
So how can it? Where's the syzygy? Because that's what has to happen. There has to be an alignment with the moon. The sun, Earth, then the moon for the Earth to cast the shadow upwards onto the lunar surface. And then you've not just got that. You're maybe claiming refraction. So how does the shadow travel from the top of the moon downwards? And I'll put a little gif it in the chat if you
Because
want.
we understand that the phenomenon of a umbra and a penumbra exists on both models. Well, do you think that a penumbra exists 1, 2, 3? Anywhere.
What?
Do you think you can make a penumbra here in your backyard?
Banana?
Or at your trailer park, I guess?
You know what a banana looks like?
Is that going
Do
to
you know what a penumbra looks like?
cause a shadow to be upside down?
Cause a shadow to be upside down? Sure, it could.
Well, travel upside down. Inverted, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, light
Come on,
shining
bro.
from underneath. Why do
you think it's called the impossible eclipse? Why do you think it's called the
Because
impossible
when you
eclipse?
try and do it in like a two-dimensional thing, it's really hard to make work out. But when you actually understand that there's 3 dimensions to something, then it can actually work out. It's impossible to people that cannot think outside 1 dimension.
How did you acquire those dimensions?
How did I acquire those dimensions? Because I understand I live in 3-dimensional shapes.
Oh yeah,
and I
but
understand,
I'm talking about the specific shapes.
I understand that with my spotlight, and that with a beer can and a tennis or like a fucking ping pong ball, I can recreate the phenomenon.
Recreate it. How do you know that that's actually the phenomenon? You would have to have the first shape down pat, which would be the globe Earth.
I can simply show that with a wide spotlight, a beer can, and a ping
You're not
pong
recreating
ball.
the phenomenon if you don't know that that's actually the phenomenon, and the phenomenon invokes a globe Earth. So how do you know that that's what we live on?
So I'll rephrase it. Whenever there is a presumed phenomenon or whenever somebody says that this is what's going on, and I think to myself, let me see if I can recreate that, what they're claiming it is.
You say?
And it.
I mean, that's actually what you say.
Just recreating an imaginary thing.
Point.
So again, no. So when we take a look at the impossible phenomenon and we look at what NASA says as an explanation, and I'm able to take a spotlight, a beer can, and a ping pong ball, and then do what they're saying is happening, and lo and behold, I get
the light to refract like they say it is.
Ping pong ball?
Not even really from the refraction.
You guys in your ping
That's
pong
what they
balls.
say it is. You didn't recreate it then.
You cannot recreate it if you're using ping pong balls, you fool.
Well, hold on, but that's what they say it is. They say it's refraction, atmospheric refraction. So if what you're doing doesn't involve refraction, then you're not recreating what they said it is.
So let's take a look at what all the factors in play actually explain it for.
And it's actually not really even refraction. It's not Snell's law, but I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah, a selenalian is a rare lunar eclipse where the sun and the moon are both visible, and even rarer form of sunlight occurs in part. Oh, is it?
This is
in
Wikipedia,
a partial eclipse.
by the way.
What? I'm rambling,
No, this
man.
is actually from flatearth.ws.
No, had to be.
Yeah.
Anti-flat Earth. Well, why not actually take a look at the phenomena? Because I've actually posted it. So take a look yourself, and you tell me that how the shadow's inverted, and how the sun and moon are above the horizon during that occurrence. Like, that's ridiculous to say so.
Yeah, so we understand that the sun is above the horizon. Yeah.
We
understand. Yeah, why do you keep saying we?
We do understand that.
Is that a
That's
funny
the
word for
problem.
you?
The problem is we do understand that the sun is above the horizon when it's supposed to be aligned in a syzygy with the ball Earth and the moon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. But anyway, where's the ball Earth?
Where's the ball Earth?
Yeah, who
right
measured
under your
it?
feet, dude. Right under your feet.
Doesn't look like a ball. How'd you measure that?
Yeah.
So when you look right over, when you look over the ocean, does it look convex?
I compressed a panoramic picture.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Compression artifact.
Into an image. Ruhif told me the other day that if a horizon drops below your eye level, even if it's flat, even if it's a horizon on a flat Earth, because it's below your eye level, there will be a visual distortion to it, an apparent curve. Not an actual physical curve, just a visual curve that will be applied to it if it's above or below eye level. Isn't that interesting?
But bro, see that picture, if you compress it, like, look at the amount of curvature that would be there compared to the size of the Earth, like that, compressing it, and you see the minuscule amount of it, that would equate to quite a fucking lot of fucking
yeah, how much curvature
real
do you
estate.
expect?
8 inches per mile squared up to about 500 miles.
In a panoramic picture?
No, very.
How far of a range do you think you're seeing? How many miles do you think you're seeing across?
I thought exactly.
Probably less than 15.
So it's a extremely wide angle lens, huh?
Which would equate to what degrees? When you compress that down? Less than a fraction, right? So would you really be able to tell if there's less than a fraction of a degree of difference?
So you're going to have about 80 feet of curvature drop.
So again, less than a fraction of a degree, right?
It'll be less than a degree. That would be, 69 miles for a degree of drop. So, yeah, do the math.
Yeah, it'd be a fourth of a degree of that. So you think that you'd be able to see with your eyes like less than a fourth of a degree?
Yeah, no. So that's why I'm asking you how you know it's a ball, because like you're pointing out, it doesn't look like one.
No, again, like I said, whenever you get your panoramic picture out and you compress it down, you can see that there is a slight distortion in it, that there's a slight change.
Okay, is that a physical curve of the ocean, or is it just a visual effect?
Is it a physical curve of the ocean?
Yes.
Well, who would know?
Well, you would, apparently, since you're claiming that that's what it is, I take it.
Yeah, well, I would just say that I would just go with the assumption that it is the physical curve of water.
That's just an assumption, though. Okay, so is there anything other than assumption for this claim?
We can take a look at things being lower than what they should.
Should, depending on what?
From what trigonometry says it should be at.
Okay, are you able to measure a curve to go with that?
Do what? Am I able to measure a curve? No, all I have to do is show that on a flat plane this shouldn't happen.
Well, then you have to straw man a flat plane.
No, there is no straw manning a flat plane. I would just have to assume if not flat, then curved.
Okay, so if whatever you see is happening because of curve, then we should be able to measure that curve, correct?
No. So the assumption is if not flat, then curved. Can you agree with that?
Yes.
So if we see something that does not occur on a flat surface that should occur on this flat surface,
well, how do you know what should?
Because we are.
You guys can claim all kinds of wild refractive effects that make the curved, according to you, ocean appear flat and stuff. So what do you mean should? Account for everything that's going on in the air and the atmo. Account for all the weird, distorted light and stuff that you say is going on to make your globe look flat. Like, I don't know what you mean should.
So let me find that picture where it's like the mountains off in the distance. And let me see. Let me do from user. I posted this on Geo server. Let me see if I can find it again. I even got the measurement.
Just measure the curvature drop that you say causes whatever effect we're looking at.
No, I don't have to because refraction is a thing. So
okay, he can't. All right. Well, is there another glober in this room who can? Because we've been asking this all day, and they always end up saying this. No, I can't.
No, so if we take
why
a look
you
here,
guys need to start smoking the globalists a little harder.
So hold on. If we take a look here at this image,
we see.
Hold on, where?
Yeah, we see.
Hold on, where? You don't even know where the fucking moonlight comes from.
Dude,
your image anyway is affirming the consequent.
Post with you again.
Your image is affirming the consequent. Well, your argument would be affirming the consequent using this image.
How so would it be?
Because you're taking something going, this matches my expectation of what should be on a globe. Okay, so therefore globe.
Have you ever seen an exception for trigonomic proofs?
No, I think trigonometry works every time. That's why I don't understand what people are talking about when they say they take three straight lines, stick them together, and get angles summing to an excess of 180 degrees. But I could be wrong. Maybe trigonometry does break down sometimes. I don't know. You tell me, Glober.
No, trigonometry always works where it is applied. So, in trigonometry is always applied to
so if you always
account for refraction,
there's always a ball. Like that's how it works, guys. If you can prove there's triangles, then obviously you're spinning on a ball.
Yeah.
So refraction would affect both objects in this image and raise them or lower them accordingly. And in no instance can you show me an object that should appear lower appearing above an object because of refraction. Because refraction would affect both the objects. If it's raising, if it's a looming refraction, it should raise both objects. If it is
so what is your take? What is your takeaway from what you're showing us? That there's a curvature drop in that image that we're looking at?
No, I can just show that hey, it's not flat. So therefore,
you said it was a dichotomy, and I agreed. It's either curved or flat, right? But you just said no, not necessarily curved.
Clearly, because it is not flat in this picture, proven by trigonometry.
Okay, so then we're looking at a curvature drop over distance, according to you, correct?
Sure.
Yes. Okay, so is there a direct measurement to verify that interpretation of what we saw?
In a direct measurement?
A direct measurement of the curvature drop that you say is causing what effect?
No, I do not have a direct measurement. I don't have a 90-mile long ruler.
I didn't ask for 90 miles. Don't straw man.
You asked for
90 miles. No. I just asked for a direct measurement of a curvature drop, which corresponds to the radius claim that you stand by.
Yeah, so this image, which is what we're referring to about the curvature, if you want me to actually have a direct measurement, I would assume you mean physical measurement, like with a ruler, right?
Not necessarily a ruler. You can use a straight edge. You can use whatever you need to. I'm just asking if you have such a direct measurement.
Do I have a 90-mile long straight edge? No.
There you go with that straw man again. I've already dealt with this, so it's not going to work the second time.
So again, you asked for a direct measurement.
Yes.
Straight edge, am I just supposed to throw it on the ground?
I don't know. It's supposed to be your measurement, so I would guess that you would know how to do it, but you're asking a flat earther how to do it, so it doesn't really look good.
I'm trying to understand what you mean by direct measurement. And by
direct, the fact that you're only trying to understand that now shows that you don't have one. So
that's literally what I was trying to ask you from the very beginning when I first asked you, what do you mean by direct measurement?
It's your measurement. You should know. You should know what it entails. If you don't, then I'll just take it that you don't have one.
So yeah, do not have a 90-mile long ruler to measure
I don't have one. I didn't ask for that, and I don't have a direct measurement either. I can't find curvature drop over distance, so you'll have to ask someone else. I don't have that measurement either.
Yaku, do you have a 90-mile long straight ruler?
No.
I wasn't sure because you said 5 times that you didn't, so I was still on the fence.
Yeah, he had to straw man me with that like 5 times or so because that's about what he's got.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so whenever I
Because
take
if
a
like
look
you
here,
found that the Earth was curved,
Okay.
it might be interesting to know just how curved it
Mhm.
was, and so maybe you would be proposing some.
Yeah, knowing the
Pickling?
geometry of the surface, right?
Yeah, so how would you?
Clearly, they
So
measured the curvature with a
Mhm.
90-mile long straight edge.
All I would have to worry about is figuring out, oh hey, with trigonometry, where should these objects be? Why aren't those objects there? Hey, I'm not done yet. Why is an object? Why is an object? Why is an object that should be above a point out in the distance appearing below? If we're going to use refraction in argument, that's null because refraction would affect both objects on a logarithmic rate, meaning that there is a maximum point that both of them should actually reach. Hold on, meaning with. Hold on, meaning with. Hold on,
Are you like
meaning
halfway
with.
through geometry
Meaning
class or
with.
something?
No, I
he's
actually went all the way up
saying
there.
things that are
Logarithmic,
advanced physics.
That would be a logarithmic rate. Fucking Heimerdinger
Yeah, so
over
do
If
here.
you have nothing to contribute, be quiet, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so there we go. So problem solved. So whenever we take a look here at the logarithmic rate that the
logarithmic rate
refraction should affect, both objects should either get raised or lowered.
I'm smarter because I lift the end of all my sentences.
Okay.
And then
I
that
can't.
sounds
Alright,
like
so
I even know what I'm talking about.
So whenever
depends
we
on the
deal with
density
that,
gradient you're looking through. Would you happen to have a direct measurement of curvature drop over distance to
He's
verify
talking
your
about inverse square
interpretation of
law,
the
which
image?
has r squared in the denominator. So the way you graph it is with a log scale. Congratulations, welcome to high school, senior year.
Are you
Yeah, so
centrifugal,
Dante is
sir?
actually pretty retarded. He's probably never heard of a
Sir, are you
logarithmic scale.
centrifugal?
You sure he
So-
doesn't know that when you have a squared component, you use a log scale. Apparently, he
Yeah,
doesn't know
so
that.
these things
Would
would have
you,
their maximum point, and with
Mr. Globalist,
even with
would you say
refraction,
you're firmamentally,
whenever you have refraction into the play
decided on the
of
globe?
two objects at different distances, never ever should an
Johnny, I'm
object
actually
in the
impressed.
in the background that should appear higher then appear lower on a
Okay.
flat surface.
Higher?
Neither
Higher?
should
Yeah.
an object
Higher?
that should appear lower
Okay.
appear
Lower?
higher than the mid-ground object.
That's what I'm
Okay.
hearing, dude.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
so assuming that you accounted for each and every effect of the Atmo and everything that you're looking through, then
No,
your
it doesn't matter all the
interpretation-
factors.
Your interpretation that what we're seeing here is the effect of a curved surface that's dropping off over the distance, right? That would be true. Okay, so do you have a direct measurement of that curvature drop?
No, I don't have a no. I don't have
It
a
was
90-mile
proven
long
with a
ruler,
90
so I
mile
can't
long
physically
straight
measure it.
edge. Don't
Can
you
I get
know?
in here? You know what a 90-mile straight edge is? A fucking photon. And
No,
Downey
No,
was
it's not a
highlighting-
fickle. No, it's not,
Downey
'cause
was
refraction
highlighting the
exists.
diffusion
No, that's
gradient that
actually how they
occurs.
measured the curvature.
You're muted, right? Downey was mentioning the diffusion gradient that occurs when a photon
It's
actually
fake.
travels through space. It actually diffuses its energy. Inverse square law, retard. They teach it in high school. It's what actually factors into gravity. So when space-time is
Gravity.
curved, you get a
You have an
different
experiment for
diffusion
gravity.
pattern. If you can
And
stop
inverse
over
square law,
talking
you
me,
said that
you get a
factors into
different
gravity.
diffusion pattern suggesting
Gravity
that
is
there
the
is
claim for the
curvature.
containment
Dumb
of
fuck.
the atmosphere, the open
If you would have paid
atmosphere,
attention
and
in
the
high
open
school, you would have
vacuum.
known this instead of believing in some
So-
fucking retard
You're getting really
rehashing
high.
bad math and
Does
science.
the
that
atmosphere
you picked up
does the
in your
atmosphere
garage.
gradient follow the inverse square law?
Oh, you don't know? Here, let me show you on my stream, retard.
Show me a direct
Inverse
measurement of the
square law.
atmospheric
Yeah, I'll
gradient
show
following the
you. I'll
inverse
show
square
you,
law.
stupid fuck.
retarded.
And you account for the
Listen.
atmosphere by the absorption rate of
If
the
people
actual
are
atoms
retarded,
in the
you
upper
just
atmosphere.
advance
That's how you do that.
timing.
So
Hey,
if you
Spake,
can look
your
on my
room is
stream,
going
here's
downhill.
inverse square law, retard, applied to gravity. Now let me show you how it works.
Yeah, no, that's the claim. So could we get a direct measurement of the atmospheric gradient
Oh
following
shit,
the inverse square law to
light. There it
verify
is.
that
Right,
assertion?
BTFO, side chat. Try again, dude.
Sound effect.
Here, let me get this image for you. You didn't know that most things follow the inverse square law. Gravity does, so does light.
No, I already know the claim. I was
Crazy.
waiting for the
Most
verification.
things?
Is there is there a
most
measurement
things,
of the
not all
atmospheric gradient
things,
following
most
the inverse
things.
square law?
Right, here you
And
go.
also, is there an
I'll
experiment for
explain this.
gravity
Oh,
containing that?
whenever you graph something that's exponential, you
And
need
your
to
turn
graph
now.
that
You're actually
logarithmic
retarded and
paper,
you're
dude.
useless to the
Yeah, that's only if
conversation.
you need to
There goes
represent
the
it
fall
as a
off of
straight
light,
line, you
inverse
fucking
square law. Now, if
dumbass.
it follows the curvature, you get a different diffusion
It
pattern.
was a good
aka the photon will
conversation, then
have less
fucking
energy
Pickle showed
because it
up.
traveled a longer distance. Arc versus
This
a
guy
straight
doesn't
line.
understand that when the exponents on the bottom, you
And
can
I just pulled
like
that out
solve
of
by
my
doing
butt
logarithmic.
because I actually know
Wow.
physics. I didn't
That's
have to
awesome.
prepare that.
Wow, what a high level of physics understanding you have.
Just go to
Dude, we got
college, dude.
wrecked.
It's not hard, kids.
We got wrecked, dude.
Yeah, you
Alright, that's
did. You
all I
got
wanted to say.
spanked right on your little
Thank
tight
God.
crackhead ass.
If only that was the only thing you would fucking say.
NASA,
Yeah.
NASA,
Now back to
NASA.
advanced physics, dude, instead of this
Yeah,
gay
so
shit they teach
going
in
back
high
to
school.
this, right? Nowhere
Yeah,
could you
advanced
probably
physics.
ever
Yeah.
Show me in any
I'm
case
really
where an
smart.
object that should be lower
You
than the
guys,
object
you
in
don't
the
even know to
foreground.
use logarithmic
There we go. I
table
don't
when
know
you're
why
graphing
I unmuted this
exponential
clown.
equation.
There we go. So whenever we
Fucking
have,
moron.
yeah. So I don't think you could ever show me an example of an object in the background that should appear lower than the object in the foreground,
It's
and then appear above
Yeah,
the
because
object in
you're
the
Right,
practicing
foreground.
boys,
what happened in a
boys.
logarithmically
If you don't
squared.
shut the fuck up,
Hey,
people are
you
going
gotta
to
mute Newt. You gotta mute probably Dante. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, Foe is a
Alright,
little
you're
bit out of
fucked.
control.
Yeah,
Let
get
me
me on
just
that
make a note
list.
that
Get
you're
me
a
on that
dumb
list, please.
retard
Because the
flat
moment,
earther.
like, that's a
Dumb
freedom
retard
fucking
flat
switch right there.
Well, I don't know about
Please.
Dante. I can't really tell exactly
By
who
the
the
way, you
Rumble
shouldn't
is.
really be
It's such a
tripping
dumpster
about the
fire right now.
geometry of
Definitely
things
Newt.
because it's
That piece
typically
of shit
just
should be
unknowable
muted.
Listen, nerds,
topology.
you need to
But
start.
Jack,
that's
Benny,
advanced
aye.
physics, dude. You haven't passed high school yet.
Yeah,
We won't
whatever.
talk about
Cool
those
ad
things.
hominem.
That'll
Do
really
you
screw
have a
with your
direct
brain, bro.
measurement of curvature drop over distance, Newt?
Dante as well.
We could just focus in
How
on
do these
Newt
niggas wake
without the
up
rest of
every
these
day
idiots
actually
derailing, and
Show
maybe he
me
could be
the
the one to give us the
curve.
Oh,
curvature
that's
drop.
right. They don't
I
actually
want to
believe it.
see curve.
Newt, we're going to focus in on you then, since you seem to want to take the floor. Do you have a direct measurement of curvature drop of the Earth? Well, crickets. That was a
Silent
rapid
sound
failure.
effect.
Wow.
Stupid ass nigga.
Yeah,
Silent.
stupid ass. Yeah, cope about not
Silence.
having it. Well, that was Newt's chance. Who else was there? Zeno, maybe.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you need muted as well.
Why you want to mute me, bro?
Alright, sure.
He's been getting a little bit hectic, but he's trying to help. But there was
Yeah,
just
but,
too many of them going at once.
Yeah. The other guy bailed as soon as I muted him.
Yeah, he
I don't know why. They
I
can't
let the
control
nerds
themselves,
talk,
man.
man.
Newt muted himself up as soon as he was asked for direct curvature drop over distance measurements. Crazy how that turns out. All right, well, I guess we won't ask him. I tried, the other guy has been yakking for a minute here. Yaka, whatever his name is. He didn't have it. He had an affirming the consequent fallacy that he used this image for, but he didn't have the direct drop to verify his interpretation of what he's looking at. Who else is new? We got Zeno.
Hello everybody, I just want to share that today was my first day of school. I went with my little
Thank you
backpack to
very
school
much,
for the first time
Chaiwala.
today.
Your mic sucks, Indian.
That's Lambda. He looks like a troll.
Yeah, man.
I just want to share today was my first day of school.
Lambda, your voice is still distorted, man.
What happened?
Your voice is distorted.
Why is it distorted? Hold on.
Why?
Say
You're using a
hello
voice
to
changer.
YouTube India,
Am I audible?
fellas.
You're using a voice changer as well. Huh?
Wait, am I audible? I am not using voice changer.
Fake accent as well, bro.
No, I'm from India.
You can't kidda.
These guys are
I
so
speak,
upset.
I speak
They're
English.
so upset that they have to come in here and try to derail the conversation. Poor guys.
He's muted.
Yeah, he
Continue.
should be. Well, Zeno, Jackie, he's on deafen. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Newt was my last hope for somebody who actually had a direct measurement of this curvature drop that they all hallucinate everywhere, but he muted himself as soon as I asked for that.
Well, as soon as you asked.
Yeah, he just went silent. He's talking nonstop shit right up until then, and then he went quiet and muted himself. What a retard.
Surprised this room's lasted so long.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they're so upset by it. It's crazy that we made it through this far.
Dolphin globies like grapes tonight, making wine.
You notice that the Globies all have to declare victory, too. It's like the
Making
old
potion
Shooter
wine.
McGavin scene at the end of the movie. He loses the tournament and he steals the jacket. That's every Globie that you'll talk to. I blew you the fuck out. They'll all do that. It's a massive
They
code.
globalized us.
So
Zeno,
what's
are you?
yeah.
What's your take
What's
on
a
the
curvature
conversation?
drop?
What's that? Sorry.
What's a curvature drop?
Well, that's the curved surface of the Earth that these guys think that they see when they're
Curvature
at the
drop
beach.
occurs along.
Not what is, but where is the curvature drop?
When you start with a certain point on a fucking sphere, dude, you draw a line. You
Yeah,
have
okay, start with the point and give
curvature's
us the
gonna drop
measurement.
away,
I don't care.
R squared.
Okay, so cool formula. Where's the direct measurement to show that this is something
Here, I'll
that
put it in
happens in reality?
slideshow.
Well, just tell us. Just describe it. Give us the process so we can go out and just try it out.
So, like, when you say curvature drop, do you mean like if you're standing in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and you go?
I put it in the side chat.
That's a
if you
cool
were the
cartoon,
tangent
Newt.
point,
That's a
and
cool
you look
cartoon.
left or right, if there is a sphere beneath you, you're gonna see curvature
Yeah, we
drop for a
understand
straight
the
line
concept.
from
We're asking
and you
who's
can measure this with
measured
all
that
sorts of
curved
phenomenon like
surface.
fucking light, electrons, particles, all that shit.
Okay, that's we
Nigga,
gotta
that's
mute.
the formula
Newt.
for a line. Shut the fuck up. Mute
Yeah,
you.
shut up. Yeah, you don't have a
Block.
curved. Yeah, you don't have a measurement of a curved surface of the Earth. We got it.
So
you got cartoons illustrating the concept, but we're all way ahead of you, little buddy. We already know the concept. Now we're looking for verification that this is something that actually takes place over the surface of the Earth, the surface of every ocean.
Example, dude.
We don't need an example. We already know what we're looking for. Now we're looking for the confirmation that it exists. Are you the person to provide us that confirmation?
Are you that champion of science?
Now he goes quiet every time I ask this question.
Throttled right now?
Yeah, you.
Sleep sound effect.
Spade, could we
I'm
mute
chugging
Newt?
my dick.
Well, because I was almost going to talk to Zeno, and then Newt got going again. Seems that his MO is just to start talking shit when another conversation is going on. He doesn't have any glow proof, so he's just going to derail any conversation from happening in the room.
Yeah, Pickle, why being COINTELPRO, bro?
I'm literally showing what I do for research versus this dog shit.
That's what you do for research? You draw cartoons?
The whole universe is nothing but crazy
You
amounts
draw
of
cartoons
fields
for
overlapping.
research.
So actually arguing about geometry of some object in space.
Yeah, they told you
kind
you're a
of retarded
researcher in
because
SPED
space
class.
is a
That's really
field,
cool,
it's
but
the
we
topology of
don't need
causality,
cartoons.
which varies, dude.
Yeah, that's what he does for research.
Fucking niggas obsessed with shapes for. What are you, 2 years old, trying to fit blocks into fucking holes?
No, we don't do that. Zeno, are you the man to provide that curvature measurement?
I don't really. Are you asking like a degree?
No, it's okay if you're not the guy. I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything. We're just wondering who is the guy to show us that direct drop.
Well, can I ask a question?
Sure.
There have been prophets, but no champions of the truth so far.
Well, we'll hold out. We'll hold out a bit longer.
So, Heretic, do you actually like believe in a flat Earth?
Believe?
Yeah.
No, we only know the flat Earth.
Let me pitch your question back to you like this. Do you believe that water seeks a flat horizontal surface at rest?
I believe that water seeks a flat.
I mean, you could say you believe that.
At rest.
Yeah, that's water
I'm not
level.
really sure I do, but
Water
let's say I do.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So is the
I guess I
water
would say
level?
that I do, but I also probably wouldn't even describe it that way. It's just a known, observable fact of reality.
Yeah,
It's
do you
the physics of water, right?
believe that water is wet?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like, do you believe that? Well, it's not really in the category of belief. I mean, I guess epistemologically
depends on what
it kind of is,
yeah.
but I just wouldn't refer to it that way. I'd just say, well, yeah, that's just a fact of reality.
Okay, sure. I think we both agree that once we're talking within a certain realm, we would both refer to it that way. And I would just like to ask, do you believe if you go up far enough into the sky, you can see Paris from Seattle?
Who said that?
I don't know.
I'm just asking.
Perhaps.
Oh, okay. Well, you're just a yeah. Okay, sounds good.
With the naked eye, or because of the angle?
No, with unlimited magnification.
Unlimited magnification.
I would assume
I don't know. I don't know about looking for that much air.
I would postulate yes, given that it could see through any atmosphere.
I wouldn't necessarily do that because you're looking through a lot of air at that distance.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's say it's a very clear day.
You're not going to ever get it that clear.
Bro.
Why?
It's 14.7
The atmosphere is a fluid medium. There's always going to be some amount of moisture in the air, especially over a certain distance.
Well, hold on. Why would that matter? If you're high enough up in the sky, you only need to see through one layer. One layer,
that's kind of
right?
true.
So, like, if you're far up and you just need to see through one layer of clouds, and as long as it's clear in Paris and you're above Seattle, you should be able to do it, even if Seattle's cloudy.
What I would say for sure, since we already kind of seem to agree that level seeks a flat horizontal surface at rest, is that whatever you do see would not be obstructed by curvature drop.
Okay. So let's say it's a clear day. You're in Seattle. You go up, say, 10,000 miles. You have a telescope with unlimited magnification. You probably could see Paris from there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I don't really. I think that idea is sort of like ridiculous, but yeah, cool. At least you're consistent.
You can't see Paris, therefore it's spinning in a ball.
Yeah, I mean that it could be anything. Like underdeterminacy doesn't help, but it's like kind of a weird postulation that like you could do that because that just seems like a patently ridiculous
Guys,
idea.
you
But
haven't seen
it's cool,
Paris
I
from a
guess.
weather balloon, so it has to be a fucking ball.
Well,
Bro,
if you
will
think
you
that that's
stop
the case,
fucking screaming, man? Jesus Christ, I had to plug my mic back in. You're screaming like a fucking
Your
woman.
fucking microphone.
Mate, shut up, don't be so stupid, eh?
Shut up.
Oh, mate,
You're not stupid.
you want me to shut you up? You want me to shut you up? I'll shut you up if you want.
You want me to shut you up?
well, that was a really cool thought game, but the question I asked was, are you the guy to provide us with a direct measurement of curvature drop over distance of the surface of the Earth? And that wasn't
No, I
quite.
admit defeat. Yeah, for sure. You got me.
Thanks,
but
fair.
it just seems like a strange model that you have that like isn't
Wait,
very
post that
consistent.
model. I don't know what model it is I have. You'll
Yeah,
have to.
I know.
bring me up
You
to
pretty
speed on
much
my
don't know
model.
anything, which is
Can
the
you
strange
post that?
part.
You don't know anything.
Can you post that model that I have? Because I haven't seen it. Can you just post it in the chat so we can both get a look at it and see what we're talking about?
It's the one in which you can see Paris from Seattle.
I don't have a model that models that out.
Okay. Maybe you should make one and then we can look at it together.
I wouldn't want to do that. Why don't you make it for me? Because you claimed it for me, so why don't you make it for me?
Because I'm lazy and I don't want to.
All right, so there's no model. There's no model to straw man.
Well, I have a model, right? I have a model. I'll send it in the chat.
Yeah, because I'm not talking about a model. I'm just talking about what I see when I go outside. Unless outside is a model, then I'm not talking about a model.
Do you see Paris from Seattle?
No.
Okay.
Therefore globe, or what's
no, definitely not. I'm just wondering where it is that you get flat Earth from.
Oh, well, that would be the flat level horizontal water at rest that we discussed already.
How does that follow?
It would also be the lack of curvature measurement that anybody has provided, including you just now. So if somebody would get
let's go back to the water then.
Let's say
so how does that follow?
Flat level horizontal surfaces? Do you think globes have those?
Do you have a measurement for how flat the ocean is?
No, I just eyeballed it.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball the curvature.
Well, here's what I did though. I used a distance marker. I used an oil rig as a mile marker at 9.4 miles, and geometrically, the horizon, if I'm on a globe with a radius of 3,959 miles from a 1 foot observer height, must be at 1.225 miles. But using the oil rig at 9.4 miles as a demarcator, I was able to determine that the horizon at 1 foot of observer height was beyond 9.4 miles. Therefore, well beyond 1.2. Therefore, no indication of a curve.
Yeah, I just want to say for the retard flat earthers, I don't know if you you didn't pay attention in school. That's why you believe in this shit.
Did you mute Newt?
I don't know if
he does this whenever we get going.
follow.
He's just a derailer. Like I asked him for curvature drop measurements, and he went silent, and then he chimes in when we start getting the conversation going to shut it down.
You lost it.
So would you say you said it was 9 miles, right?
9.4 miles would be the oil rig. The horizon would be beyond that, when geometrically it must have been at 1.2 if that ocean is curving, as per the globe radius of 3,959 miles.
Okay, can you give me that measurement that you used? Can you give me the exact?
Okay. Yeah, I don't have pick perms. Spake, if you want to post him a Black Swan videos to go with it, whatever he wants.
I know. I don't want videos. I just want the algebra. I want the arithmetic about like the capabilities.
So you're a globe guy. You believe the globe?
I don't know what I believe. I'm not sure if I believe in anything.
That's fair enough. I won't back you into a claim. That's fine. But yeah, I'll get you a source fed geometric horizon formula. 1 sec.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Just posted the Black Swan.
Okay. So this is just literally a picture. Okay, so what is the?
I've got the what do you call it? I've got the GIF as well. I'm looking through all my memes, bro.
Yeah,
it's old. But where's the horizon in that picture?
Yeah. So I would have to
Does it
like
be beyond the
actually.
second oil rig? Eh?
Yeah,
There
I
you
would have to
go.
actually look at where these are. But would you say that the second rig has some of its the bottom of its rig obscured by the horizon, or would you say that's not true at all?
Well,
The horizon, which is behind it?
The horizon should be in front of the first one.
Okay, so I mean, let's just say that I believe all of the numbers in this picture. Let's just say I do, for the sake of the argument. Would you say that the platform that's further away has some of its bottom obscured by the horizon?
The horizon that's behind it?
Why would he need to agree?
The horizon that's
It's not
behind
obvious?
it? Can
It's not in
something
front
be
of it.
behind something while simultaneously obstructing it from in front?
Yeah.
Oh, like what?
Which planet?
So, if you're
Like I can
talking
go
about,
behind you and someone else can look at you head on and see me obstructing you, like that can happen, you figure?
I'm not. I don't think so. But this
Because
isn't
that's what
quite
you're
the
saying
same
is happening
thing.
in this picture.
Okay. Well, if you believe that's what I'm saying, there's really no point in
That's what
communicating
you
anything.
said. You said, oh, you think the horizon's blocking the bottom of that rig there? The horizon that's behind it?
No, I mean the horizon can keep going, and you can move, and the horizon
Oh,
then
dear.
moves.
Is
It
the
depends
horizon
on.
in front of or behind the rig?
So by this picture, it looks like I'm not. It's very unclear to me. That's why I'm very interested in the arithmetic being used.
Anybody else want
That's
to take a crack at it? Zeno doesn't have his glasses on right now.
Yeah, I forgot them. So would you say that some of the oil rig is obscured? Just let's say I believe these numbers are real. Would you say that some of it's obscured or none of it's obscured?
Well, the oil rig is in the water, so some of
Okay.
it's probably obscured by water. Now, I
Okay.
would not say that any of it is obscured by the horizon because the horizon is behind it.
Okay. So you think it's just the water is at a different level on that rig
I
behind
wouldn't
it?
say it's just that. I wouldn't make a claim as to what it just is, but what I would rule out is the horizon blocking it because it's behind the fucker.
Okay. So what is in this picture? What do you think exactly is going on with like the horizon, like the malformation of that oil rig in the back?
I think the horizon is not an effect of curvature drop over distance because that's not a real thing because water seeks a level flat surface. So it's not constrained to that 1.2 mile distance that we talked about. So it's just an optical effect and it's not limited by curvature drop because that doesn't exist.
Okay, so how does that optical effect work?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess it's the limit of your vision. Where surface is
So
supposed to meet sky. It's basically just as far as you can see, as far as I know. I would accept the argument that that happens because there is curvature drop and then there's a physical tangent point that you can't see over, but that tangent point's at 1.2 miles and that horizon's at 9.4, so clearly that ain't what's going on.
well, you do believe, or no, I guess, and if we're gonna use your paradigm here, you do know that you can see further than that with the naked eye and with magnification, both. If you have a clear day, you can see quite far because you're standing up. Like most people are over a foot tall, and so that's why they can see a little further than whatever this number you're saying.
Camera's at a
1.2.
foot. The camera's at a foot.
Okay.
The camera's put a foot off the ground.
And the camera does have magnification, yes?
Yeah, it's a P900 lens.
Okay. So why is it that the camera can see further, but if our head was on the ground, we wouldn't be able to?
No, the camera is a high zoom camera, so it can resolve a lot further than I can.
Yeah, so why does that work with the camera but not our eyes?
Because we don't have the resolution power to resolve that far.
What does that mean?
My eyes don't see that far.
But if you go up into the sky, you will see that far. So what do you mean?
Well, that would be a function of observer height, but we already dealt with that within the geometric horizon formula. We accounted for it with the camera being
Can you
at 1
explain that a
foot
little
off
more?
the surface. I am explaining it.
No, the actual arithmetic. Can you explicate just a little bit for me?
The geometric horizon formula?
Wait a minute. Are you saying that
yes.
Got a zoom camera lens that you can zoom in around the ball? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
Not you, Heretic, obviously. The other
Yeah.
guy. Are you
I
saying
can't
you
hear
can
you, Timbo
zoom in
Slice.
around a ball? Are
You're
you
not-
saying you can zoom in around the ball?
Zoom in around the bowl. Can you say that in a different way?
See around corners.
What do you mean? At one point. Yeah.
Oh,
No idea,
okay.
Zeno? You're asking a lot of irrelevant questions. Would you mind answering any relevant ones?
Yeah. So when you say see around the corner or zoom in on the bowl, yeah, light does bend. Like when you look at on the road and you see those mirages. The reason why you see mirages on a hot day when you're driving along the road is because light is bending.
Okay. So that's it. You're saying, yeah, we can see around the ball.
Yeah,
So
you
we
can
can
actually
around
see
the
this in
first
real
surface.
time. There are videos of the horizon moving because
Yep.
once you get to proper magnification, it will actually bend the light.
So that's just it. The horizon moves, right? It's not geometrically
seems to,
limited to
for
a
sure.
distance of 1.2 miles times the square root of the observer height in feet as per the globe radius, right? It moves.
So I
it's
don't
not
really
constrained by that distance.
Yeah,
so
I never said it was.
It's
I
not,
think your math is bunk.
Well, it's not my math. That'd
Okay.
be the globe Earth math. I won't say it's your math because you said you won't necessarily stand by the globe. So
Yeah, I think
that's
your
the math.
understanding of the math is bad.
Oh, what's wrong with it?
You won't explain it to me, so I don't even know what's bad.
Okay, so you don't know what's bad about it, but it's bad.
Yeah.
I already explained it to you. It's like 1.2. I gave you a citation for it in the chat too. 1.225 miles times the square root of the observer height in feet. That's a geometric.
Where does that come from?
That's coming from the radius of 3,959 miles, which claims to have been measured via sticks and shadows.
So how does that connect? How do you derive that formula from the circumference of
the
the
actual
Earth?
Pythagorean theorem and whatnot, deriving it from the radius? I don't know. I didn't do that. You have to check the citation I put in the chat from Washington State University. You want me to post it again?
Sure.
Okay, here. I'll let you take a look at that to your heart's content. 1 sec.
Yeah, so I dropped out of high school, but I took some math classes,
Post it again. There you go. I mean, do you think that Washington State University is bunk or what? Like, what's the deal? I mean, every globe Earth horizon calculator uses this formula. Are they all bunk or what's the problem? Like, if they are, fine, fair enough. But nobody seems to think so. So show it.
Well, I think you think so, right?
I don't think that the formula is bunk. I think it works. That's why we're testing for the curvature drop using that formula. I don't think there's anything wrong with that math. I think what's wrong is that curvature drop doesn't actually exist, and that's why the horizon is not a function of it. That's what I think.
Yeah, so what I think is that,
So you're gonna check that link, or just keep asking selfish questions?
Yeah, definitely check the link.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know why we're posting Washington EDU.
Well, he asked for a citation of the. Well, I don't know if he asked for it, but I gave it to him for the geometric horizon formula for the globe.
Yeah, but we all know these guys are liars, right? So I don't know why I mean, maybe if this guy believes in liars, but that's just him, right?
Oh, the globe pushers are all liars, man. The entirety of the system's a bunch of lies.
Yeah, we all know this.
Yeah, the formula's fine. It's not in contention. Never was. What they're going to tell you is that refraction, which isn't even what it is, but they're going to tell you that it makes the globe appear bigger than it actually is. So it moves that horizon further back.
What is your profession?
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.